So on Monday's wrap-up show, everyone was yelling at me for not remembering my stepmother's or future stepmother's name, which I just happened to forget at the time, and now I know, and whatever. You can watch everyone yell at me because I forgot it.
What did you mean when you said that you don't discuss your personal life with your your personal lives, you and your dad?
Just basically like who we're having sex with and stuff like that. And just relationships.
Okay, but in this particular case, the woman we're talking about happens to be a long-term girlfriend.
Well, yes, but like I said, I didn't know this until, I went to visit, the last visit, which was like Thanksgiving. I think.
You didn't know before? Oh, I thought somebody you've known for years.
No. They had apparently been going out since at least July, as far as I know, because they were doing stuff. They were talking about doing stuff 4th of July, and I just met her.
Is that when you found out at Thanksgiving they were engaged, or just this?
I found that out like a week after. Or maybe it was Christmas. I can't remember. It was shortly after I came back, and he called me up and told me, and I was like, all right.
But you and your dad don't have a conversation, not about sex, but your dad doesn't say, hey, JD or Jamie, I met a girl, and you know what? We're pretty serious, and this is we've been dating since July, and we're just really serious. We go out a lot.
No.
Or even if he said to you, even if you call him, Dad, what'd you do this weekend? Well, me and, Sapphire went to the movies, and we went here, and we went there. And if you keep hearing the same name over and over again, you start to wonder, well, who's that person?
No, we're both sort of, we both don't talk a lot, so in life, period. So, we just, go through the basics. Hey, how you doing? And, I'm doing all right. You doing all right? Yeah. And
sounds more like Richard and his father.
Well, then
Do you wish you had a more meaningful conversation? Or are you guys both okay with that?
I'm okay with it. If I had more stuff to say, I would say it.
Is Chuck okay with it?
I guess. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I don't know.
Like, I can understand why you wouldn't want to say, hey, Dad, I was on the road with Artie and I picked up a chicken banger or something like that, because that's like a kid doesn't generally talk to his dad like that. But I'm surprised your dad's in a serious relationship. If you were in a serious, like if you were dating somebody for 8 months, wouldn't you tell your dad? Like, hey, Dad, I've been dating somebody for 8 months, I really like him?
Yeah, I mean, if it was something that serious and that involved, sure.
Is it painful for your dad to get remarried, or is that not a big deal?
No. Not a big deal.
I think he's pretty sure that his mom and dad are not getting back together.
Right, but I could imagine.
I was pretty sure that a long time ago.
Maybe still be painful. I don't know. Or
no,
I don't know.
Bob in Pennsylvania, welcome to the wrap-up show.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I was wondering if you guys thinking about if JD's a narcissistic nerd because he don't even know the name of the woman his father's going to marry. And I got to first think, Gary. Hello?
He's not here. He had to go to the bathroom. He'll be back in 5.
Oh, he hung up. Wow. Oh, you shut him up.
He was winding up.
I know. I was waiting for the Phillies thing, but it didn't come through.
I don't think JD's being a narcissist, but there is something. I mean, Howard could probably sit here and do a whole psychological thing.
I know he could.
On why you don't know. But there does seem to be a, I don't know if it's narcissistic, but there seems to be a level of disinterest that I find surprising, and I'm not sure why.
I don't know about disinterest. It's just I don't want, I have... As long as my dad's happy, that's all that matters, and that's it.
JD, you seem to say like when you go back home, things will be different, and that's something you're sort of like the conversations won't be the same, or
no, I mean just not the same, just the dynamic. Of,
there's always a new person
of a different person in the situation. I mean I'll live with it. It's what,
I totally get it, too, by the way. I used to tell this joke to Howard off the air. My parents got divorced, some years ago, and my mom moved down to Florida, and I went down to Florida the first trip, and we're coming off the plane, and I said to my wife, I go, like, what if there's some dude named Bob at my mom's house, and I got to, like, what if he's, like, living there, and I have to, like, listen to him? But that would be terrible.
Jamie in Columbus, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, I have to defend JD a little bit because the same thing happened to my husband my husband, his mom just came out one day and said, "Oh, I'm engaged to this guy," and we had never met him, never heard of him, nothing.
But JD met her and heard of her.
Yeah, but I think it's more, I think you should put more, not so much the blame on the dad, because if he's not kind of, I don't know. I think it happens more than you guys think.
Jamie, we're not blaming anybody. We're just sort of curious that JD is going to his father's wedding. He's one of the co-best men, and he doesn't know the bride's name. Do you think that's odd?
No. Not really, because he doesn't care, and I mean,
Jamie, you're from Columbus, right?
Right.
Is this like an Ohio thing?
Is this your stepmom?
No.
But JD, it's like, how many times have you met her?
Once. The one trip to last Thanksgiving.
So she didn't make that much of an impression on you?
Well, it's not that.
I mean, it's not a bad thing. I'm just saying she didn't make that much of an impression on you.
No, it's not that. It's just, it's hard for me to start getting to know people. It takes a little while, so.
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Very standoffish.
I think that's okay, JD. I don't think you did anything wrong. I don't think it's a horrible thing that you don't know her name, especially if you've met her once. You don't talk to her. She probably doesn't do anything for you, so it's like, what do you care?
It's not horrible. It's just interesting.
I don't think it's that interesting. I think it happens more than you guys know, and I think it's probably not the first woman.
But do you think that it's more of like JD just it's no big deal, doesn't care, or is it kind of like defensive about it?
No, I think it's just a disinterest. It's like, this probably isn't the first woman that his dad has dated, and.
But Howard would kick in with the psychiatry, and he would say, "Well, why is JD disinterested?" Which I am a little bit curious. Listen, if JD
he has a mom and he's almost 30 years old.
Yeah, but still, he also has a dad that he cares about, loves enough to go to his wedding, and if your father was getting married for the 7th time, I can understand you not caring. But this is only his 2nd marriage in life, right?
I believe it's his 3rd, actually.
You believe?
You believe?
Hey everybody, it's Sal, and on Tuesday's wrap-up show, I sent Beth Stern an email giving her advice on, saving files on her computer. I thought it was nice, and those assholes thought I was a creep and weird and retarded and stupid and whatever. Nothing new here. You can't do anything right, but you check it out and you decide.
Yeah, before you judge Sal, if you missed it, here's Howard reading the email that Sal sent to Beth.
The whole argument was about that I went to save her document, the Microsoft Word document.
Yeah.
I hit save,
right.
And then, it didn't save.
Right.
And she blamed me. Beth, sorry to hear about the save option. One time I was editing a movie for my son's birthday, and the same thing happened to me. I'll give you some advice that has worked well. Put a Post-it note that says click save and stick it on the corner of your monitor as soon as you sit down for your projects. Not only will it help others, but it serves as a great reminder to yourself to click it for your work too. Good luck, Sal. So now my fucking head is steaming hot.
That's so stupid.
Can I just tell you something?
It was just a nice, good. And you know what?
I get where you're coming from, and I'm not trying to sit here and say, "Oh, I'm perfect," because mistakes are made all the time.
Yeah, sure.
But I'll tell you this. I got 3 or 4 emails yesterday from people who had theories on how to recover it. Mm-hmm. I forwarded those to Howard. Mm-hmm. Because it's a weird thing when people have a fight. And you're right. I mean, at the end of the day, it did happen on the radio, and any number of people could have told her that. But when you send an email like that, you open yourself up to being that you could be the one that told her that. And you don't need that. You could have sent that same note to Howard and say, hey, you should tell this to Beth.
Right. I could have, and I thought to some degree I have somewhat of a relationship with Beth where I thought it would be beneficial to her. She's the one on the computer every day. She's the one typing it. So I thought it would benefit her. But Howard has made it clear, don't even email her under any circumstance. And I have to respect his wishes, and I'll oblige.
Hey, Sal, before it came up, like yesterday, last night, when you were sending it, did any of this cross your mind that like it could lead to this?
No, I know it didn't.
No, you know what? After I hit send, I go, you know what? I guarantee you, it's 50-50. You know what I mean?
Did it really? Because when I went to you this morning, Howard, see, the great thing about today was Howard started talking on the show this morning. He goes, I'm so fucking mad at Sal. And then went into a 20-minute review of Star Trek. So I said to John, do you have any idea what happened? And John goes, no. And I walked over to Sal, and I said, Sal, what happened?
And
he goes, all I did was the nicest thing in the world that anybody could do. And that's when and Howard started talking about it.
Do you see how Howard could see that as not being the nicest thing in the world, or you think he's just putting that on?
Could you?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll agree with you. You're Mr. Know-It-all. Whatever you say is right.
Answer your question. That's not true. Answer the question. You don't see Howard's point. If somebody, if somebody sent an email to your wife to help fix a problem,
you're asking the wrong guy, pal.
If somebody sent an email to your wife unsolicited with a problem that was discussed on the air, you wouldn't be like, why is this guy sending it to
like
Sal?
If I wrote to your wife like, wow, that was such a mean song that Sal wrote about. Here's something you can do in the future.
Well, okay. First of all, I wasn't emailing Beth to say that Howard said anything wrong. They both got over in an argument over a save option, and I gave her advice. I have spoken to Beth before. We are getting along, and you know what? We've interacted through the computer a few times already. So I thought this was harmless and helpful at the same time. I mean, for Christ's sake, I'm telling her to put a Post-it note up. I'm not changing the face of America. I'm not saying that Howard said it.
But you're also assuming that she knew it was discussed on the air. Exactly. It turns out she didn't.
I know. Well, you know, but you got to admit, the wife of Howard Stern possibly could find out that he said something about her on his show.
Well, it's funny because
it's a safe assumption.
But the wife of Sal Governale often doesn't hear things, and Sal often makes sure that she doesn't hear things and asks us not to say them on the air.
That's true too. That's a good point too. But it wasn't because I wasn't being malicious or trying to hide anything. I was just trying to be helpful. But I see Howard's point.
I don't think you were being malicious at all. But I think that you weren't thinking, and I also think that you're not being upfront about the part about. I think you saw this as an opportunity for interaction with Beth, and I think you enjoy that a lot.
Well, you know, Beth is, I said it to Howard without being redundant. She's been really nice to me lately. We've made amends, and it's nice. It's going in the right direction, and she's been really great with this show in the hallway stuff. And I just thought I could send her a friendly email to help her out with the save option. That's what it really comes down to.
You said something very telling.
I won't email her anymore.
No, you said something very telling when you were in there. You said, she talks to me, you don't.
Yeah, that's true, too.
But that sounds more, again, people could take that as, I've tried to be Howard's friend, it doesn't work, now I'm going to go to Beth and try to be hers.
It's not that's not the point that I was making. If I probably emailed it to Howard, I probably wouldn't even get back, I think, a thanks or anything like that.
You're probably right.
Yeah, and that's the point that I made.
But why do you need a thanks? If all you want to do is help, like Howard didn't respond to either of those notes I sent him. And I didn't expect him to. It's just useful information they have. Everything doesn't require a response.
I didn't think this deeply into it. I heard they had a fight, and I sent her an option to help her out in the future. She's writing a goddamn book. I wanted to help.
I'm just curious. Did you write the note a couple times?
No, I didn't.
Like, were there any lines taken out?
No. I pretty much wrote it when I sat down at my computer, and that was it.
There's
really
a great
nothing
program.
there.
I don't know if it works on Lotus. I think it works on Microsoft Word. You can see what people are erased.
Really?
Yeah, there's some sort of program that you can do that.
That's way wrong.
There's more than that, Benji, out there. Take it from me.
Mike in Texas, you're on the wrap-up show.
What the fuck?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
I just want to fucking comment on Sal, man. He's a fucking prick.
Thanks, Mike.
I'm just saying. I mean, you got your boss there, the number one entertainer in radio history. And he fucking speaks to him like he's just a regular guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Mike is right. That's no way to speak to an entity.
No, not at all. Mike's right. I'm sorry. I'll improve myself in the future, Mike. I'll speak to him like a different guy, not a regular guy. Thanks, buddy. Have a good one. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to your mom. Very good.
Take care of his own house.
Pricks always are people who want to email somebody to give them advice after a big argument. That's what a prick would do.
But Sal, there's no truth to what Gary was saying.
There is truth, sure.
You want to partially help out Beth because of she's Howard's wife, and that makes a better relationship with Howard.
I sent her an email over an argument they had, and I've talked to Beth.
But is that part of the appeal?
No, there's no.
So,
really? Just being nice to somebody who was nice enough to me to do favors for me.
You know what it's like? It's like we're in a World War II movie, and all you will give us is name, rank, and serial number.
So, I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, the same way that she went to Howard for Show in the Hallway, Howard approved it. I mean, you could flip it over and say, did Beth do this because Howard approved of it?
Well, she said, that's why.
Yeah, she did it. You know what? She was doing something nice for me, and I just did something nice for her back. I gave her simple advice.
But the fact
saving
that,
a file.
let's say best case scenario.
To drag this out is just
okay. Sal, you made a nice gesture.
Egregious. Right? I got it right.
You made a nice gesture. You were trying to help.
That's all. I mean, I didn't expect to get yelled at, but if you want to yell, let him yell.
No.
That's his nature.
Moving past that,
sometimes.
What about the thing that I don't know if Gary put it out there or Howard put it out there? You've never contacted any of the other wives on the show, I know you got close to Mary, for example.
Great woman.
So, is it because you don't have
weed with Mary?
Is it because you don't have a working
in Amsterdam?
Is it because you don't have a working relationship with them and you have one with Beth?
Somebody carried her carcass out of a bar, passed out after puffing on a blunt with Mary Delabate.
At what point do you want me to stop him, Gary?
I think this is hilarious.
A slew of hookers and tits and weed all over the place. Me and Mary Delabate, we kicked it up together, man.
But John brings up the point.
We were sparking some
How
shit.
come you don't talk to the other people?
Well, Mary, I don't speak to because I don't have her email.
But you said you sent her a picture once. You have her on Facebook.
Actually, I sent. Now that I recollect, I sent it to you, and you forwarded it
Maybe
to Mary, and then you made a comment.
But why wouldn't you ever say something? I think I joked around, but why wouldn't you say, "Hey, Gary, can I have Mary's email address? I want to send her a picture."
Give it to me. I'd love it.
That'd be insane.
Secondly, I've been interacting with Beth over like the show in the hallway stuff, so I had her email already. So it was just I have.
But you guys also have something else you're not being honest about. You have a history,
a horrible history, and I'm glad that we made amends, and it's good that we're going in the right direction. So today, when I threw out something courteous to help her out, I didn't think it would backfire.
Okay, John, I was
going to ask you probably. I think is Sal going in the right direction here? Do you feel like him sending that email is helping mend whatever problems? And again, he's got that working relationship now with Beth. I think Sal's intent is good.
Well, that's the question I was going to say. Malicious act or Sal not thinking?
Sal not thinking.
I agree. I don't think Sal went out of his way to I just don't think he thought about what might happen, but I don't think he was being malicious.
But I do think that Sal knows if he gets in good with Beth, that helps overall.
It doesn't help anything with him. Not with Howard. Nothing helps with Howard. Nothing.
If we were doing a sitcom...
Nothing helps with Howard. Nothing.
If we were doing a sitcom, here's what would happen. You'd be sitting at your computer, and then you start daydreaming, the harp music would play, and then... you'd see Beth, and Beth would go, "Oh my God, Howard, you're never going to believe this. Sal sent me something, and I now have found the file, and he is the best." And Howard goes, "I got to be nicer to that, Sal." And then the harp music would stop, and you'd be at your computer, right?
Yeah. Well, I certainly didn't think that. I just thought, hey, here's some advice I could give her, because it happened to me, and it's the worst feeling in the world. It happened to me, and when I heard they got into a fight, because Howard said he clicked save, she said, apparently it wasn't saved, so she was blaming him, and they got into a fight, and I said, hey, put a post-it up.
Do you think he dislikes you, or he's sort of offended by you, or doesn't get you? Why do you, because you say no matter what you do with Beth, nothing's going to help. Why do you think Howard, how do you think Howard feels, and why do you think he feels that way?
It's really tough to put your finger on it. I think he's comfortable to beat me up. And in an odd way, that's actually a good thing. That he does like me and he appreciates my work. I don't think he wants to have a personal relationship. He's made that clear, and that's so very fine by me. But if he really genuinely doesn't like you, then I wouldn't be having this discussion right now. I think if I have a problem with my son and I have to, talk to him about it and yell at him, whatever, it's because I love him. So in an odd way, I think he loves my work and loves what I do, and he loves my contributions. And in that sense, I think he's comfortable with me, but only in that sense. Like, there's nothing over and above that.
But there is something interesting that I'm thinking of as we're speaking now. When you think back on, since the day you started here, how many incidents have you had that have involved Howard or Beth or something like that? And then how many
It's crazy.
Who else has had
buddy?
That, like, I can't think of. Howard has. I haven't had one incident where it was something about me and him personally, or me and Beth personally. In the amount of time that you've been here, so you're like winning like 12 incidents to none.
I know. It's always me and his personal life, and it's
always, never Richard. It's never Fred.
Never.
It's never Artie,
because none of them are an entity to Sal. I mean, with Sal, it's at least in the beginning, it's hero worship. He met the guy who was the guy in his life. And am I off there?
No, my dreams have turned into a nightmare, but it's true.
Hey, what's up? On Wednesday's wrap-up show, Artie went down to explain why he called Lisa G a dirty cunt and how he's mad at the entire news department. And I went down to throw my 2 cents in because I think I love our news department. They come up with very funny stories, but I just object to the word news or journalism that some of those guys throw around. And I didn't hide that fact. Check it out.
Now, Artie, you say you understand where Dr. Drew is coming from, and you know why people think the way they think about rehab and whatnot. What was it that set you off today?
Listen, obviously, I mean, Gary said it in there right now. I mean, if you guys were in my position, would you be a little tense about this? A little,
of course,
a little short circuited. That's where I'm going. That's what I'm going through. So, you know, and I feel great, and stuff's been going positive. And then Lisa comes in and goes, Dr. Drew says Artie's going to fail. You know, and I was like, fuck you. It got me mad. You know, again, I'm a human being. It got me fucking pissed off. I'm doing you know. The stuff with my mom and my sister, it's very personal, and it's very, very important. And it's important not only to me, but to them. And for someone to just come in here after I've done a lot of hard work and just go, look, I called this guy who's supposed to be the expert of all experts, the host of Celebrity Rehab, says Artie's going to fail. And that's it. That's what's going to happen. He's going to fail. This is ridiculous. He has to go away for 6 months. And I wanted to fucking strangle her. And, you know, if you guys wouldn't have in that situation, you're a better person than I am. What do you want me to tell you? I got really mad. I regret what I said to her. I like Lisa. She's a nice person. She's doing her job. And look, she won today. She got a whopper.
But do you think, when you say she won, you keep saying that, do you think that there's a, not a contest, but you think there's a battle with you and her?
Listen, Gary, not with me and her. Robin points it out. Fred pointed it out. I mean, Gary, listen to the opinions in the fucking room there. The only person fine with the news department is Howard. You know, I mean, and listen, Howard is the man. You know, I love him. I've loved him since I was a kid. There's a reason he's the man. He deserves all of this. And it was a funny, great idea for the radio. It's not necessarily fun to be covered and have people in your personal shit. But I'm not, you know, you can't tell Howard what to do. I'm not going to say, hey, you know, the news is a bad idea because it might piss me off. So you got to live within these parameters. I think that Lisa and Steve are very good at what they do, and I think they come in there every single time throwing out a line and seeing if they could get something like what happened today. They come in and Steve comes in today and goes, colonics can kill you. You know? So what does he want? No one to react to that? I mean, you know, Robin claims, listen, I can't speak for Robin, but Robin catches a lot of shit for what she's doing. Robin claims that she had gotten to the point where she was going to die, okay? She was incredibly unhealthy. She couldn't come into work. She said she almost called her agent and said, I can't do this anymore. I can't get well and be on this show anymore. I have to take time off to get better. And then this thing came into her life. That's in a lot of people's lives now. And it made her thin and beautiful again and happy and vibrant and energetic. She's still great at her job. So, you know, if someone would just come in and just say, this stuff that made Robin's life better will kill people, that's trying to bait somebody into a fucking argument and trying to get a lot of animosity going. And Howard loves it because it's good radio. And look, today, Lisa got it. She got what she wanted. And, you know, I got a little too graphic maybe, but fuck it.
But, Artie, how many jokes have you told about Robin's diet when we're talking about Tim?
Yeah, well, listen, Tim's a different story. Tim wasn't dying.
But the point, well, he might have been.
Tim was a healthy fat guy.
No, but the point is that
Tim looks gaunt.
I think that if I sat you down, I mean, you're like, hey, Robin, it works for Robin, but you don't believe in the diet personally.
What does that have to do with Robin, though? I'm happy. Listen, my sister lives a similar lifestyle, and she loves it. You know, is it for me? Absolutely not. Do I like making jokes about it? Yes. But am I happy that Robin feels great, and in a sense, she says it saved her life? That makes me feel great for
We
her.
all are, though. We all.
I understand, Gary. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the news department. I'm talking about them. I'm not. You know, we make jokes, and Robin has a great sense of humor. That's one of Robin's most amazing attributes. And she's got the greatest sense of humor. She's a woman in that hell we create in there for guys. That's fun, but she gets it and rolls with the punches. So, you know, I mean, we bust balls, and she can take that, but Steve and Lisa, and again, it's their job, so I get it, and I'll deal with it, believe me. And I'm really sorry for what I said to Howard. Very sorry that, I started that ultimatum bullshit. I love Howard, and I don't want to disrespect him. But I was fucking really mad. That wasn't bullshit. And I think, Robin says this saved her life. I'm saying what I'm doing is working for me and saving my life. And these two motherfuckers come in there and not jokingly say, okay, Artie's going to fail, and Robin, what saved Robin's life will kill her, and we have experts who say this. And Lisa's expert, she missed the real story. That's what pissed me off. The real story, if she dug a little bit more, would be how much they're offering me to do Celebrity Rehab, which directly helps Drew Pinsky. So he, does part of him want me to fail and go on Celebrity Rehab? Of course. He's probably, he's a businessman. That's the fucking story. That's a great story. That's a conflict of interest. That's what makes newspapers sell. And she missed it because I thought she was lazy about it. She called Drew. She got something negative about me, and she put it on the air. But Artie's going to fail. That's it. Don't, how about coming to me and trying to get how much they're fucking offering me to do that show? It's insane money.
But did she know that? Did she know that they were offering you money for the show?
I've said it on the air before, Gar. I've said it on the air. I mean, it's her not doing her job. That's what pissed me off about it.
I mean, Artie drew a clear line today, I thought, during that whole thing, which was you feel like Howard, Fred, Robin, Gary, you named almost everybody in the office.
Right, except John.
Except me. Absolutely want to see you succeed.
Yeah, no, of course I believe it. Listen,
but you believe that like somebody like Langford, who I'm saying is doing his job, you think he really wants you to fail for the sake of getting a good story?
Okay. All right. That's an interesting question, and you gotta, I'm gonna try to answer it as carefully as I can. I don't think Steve and Lisa would love to see me die and fail. No, I don't think they're evil people like that. But, the news media on every level, there's a major conflict of interest. Like, negative shit sells. So, does the New York Times want a massive bombing in Denmark to kill 80 people? No, but will it sell a shitload of papers? Yes. So, like, where's that balance?
But they don't. They're not instigating a bombing.
Right.
You almost make it sound like, well, I think you're feeling like Lisa is instigating to piss you off.
Gar, if you feel different, then we completely disagree.
No, I'm not saying I feel different. I'm asking you.
Well, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that Lisa probably went a little bit over the line today, that you probably overreacted a little bit. Both of you were wrong. And I think that on another day, on a different day, this would have gone over your head in the sense, like, I understand why you're upset, but another day you would have gone, who the fuck is she? What do I care what she thinks?
I know, right. Look, I'm not that deep into this, and it's a very obviously, look, I think
they've done way worse things to you than this.
But Gary, obviously this is
timing.
It's not. Yeah, it's all timing.
But,
it's not just me. It's my family involved here. It's a very, very important subject in my life, and very tense and very sensitive. Now, I don't control the news department, and I can't make them not cover me. They're going to do whatever they want. But this was a bad timing thing. I've hung out with Steve. I've hung out with Lisa a little bit. They're not bad people. I don't think they want me to fail. But, it's weird when you go, hey, everything's rosy in the news department. There's no great story here. Part of you as a business person might want something negative to just create a lot of craziness.
Hey, Gary, of the major players on the show, Robin called Howard out actually on squashing that story that he didn't like one time. But Howard, for the most part, likes the news. Fred had issues. Artie has issues. Robin, I think, has the most issues.
Well, Robin, I don't think even really got into what I believe is a bigger issue. Like, Robin was saying that her issue was the diet stories, but I think the issue was the way the news department sort of followed her around when she was dating Jim, and I think she feels.
I think it was the Florentine issue,
and I think that she would probably, if push came to shove, say that might have contributed to the demise of the relationship.
But the question I want to ask you is, you're the other major player, but you seem to have a good relationship with the news.
I got to tell you, with the news department, I live a charmed life. For whatever reason, they don't really do a lot of negative stories about me. I don't know that they're being nicer to me than anybody else. Maybe I'm not big enough. Doing a story on you is a lot more interesting than doing a story on...
Well, you're not nearly as big a fuck-up as I am.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but doing a story on your drug use is not nearly as interesting as me talking to a sports psychologist about throwing a fucking ball at a baseball game.
I know. One is a manly thing, drugs, and one is gay, talking to a sports guy to throw out a ball at a shitty Met game.
So,
Hey, I just like to throw my 2 cents in for no other reason. I like throwing my 2 cents.
Wait, Jason, do my favorite catchphrase.
All right, let's stop the bullshit.
Oh,
right
I love
now.
Jason
let's
on the
just
wrap-up show. When Jason says, let's stop the bullshit on the wrap-up show.
Like Susie Orman.
Yeah.
Stop the insanity.
Amongst all the yelling today, Artie brought up a great point about a failure in our news team. And I'm sorry, Steve Langford and Lisa, who, between the both of them, I guess, consider themselves, real news people. Surely Goof knows is a goof, and Brad Driver seems to have a good head on the shoulder. But these two are under the illusions that they're real journalists.
Which is great. That's what Howard wanted, I think.
But a real journalist,
right, okay.
if it wasn't meant to antagonize you, the story today, and if it wasn't meant to just stir things up, then Lisa, being a good journalist, would have gotten the second side of the story.
Of course.
And interviewed people who went through what you went through, successful or not, at least try and get that side of the story.
How about, I said
that's what a real journalist
How
would
about
do.
finding out how much they're fucking offering me to do this fucking show? They keep calling me.
No, but
that's a great story.
Right. So obviously, she called Dr. Drew, and she got an answer that says that your thing isn't working. Fine, he has the right to say whatever he wants.
Right.
She called him and asked. He didn't call up.
Right.
And but then that's where the journalism stops, and they just. That's it. I mean, I bet you that phone call went on yesterday at 2:00 in the afternoon. What the fuck do you... I mean, if you're a real journalist, then act like a real journalist.
Here's the problem. That's not where the journalism stops. Yeah. The problem is the journalism never started.
On Thursday's wrap-up show, we talked a lot about homophobia. Scott DePace brought Goodstein in to look at a tick on his balls or something like that. And the question was, who's the most homophobic here on the show? And a lot of people felt that it was Scott DePace. Well, Scott called in to defend himself and give his own interesting, unique point of view and probably confirm that he is the most homophobic on the show, but you can watch for yourself. Doug, the debate here is if DePace is the most homophobic on the show. You agree?
I definitely agree. Yeah. It was so out of character when he brought me into a room and closed the door and pulled his pants down.
But he can make that different. He can, make that division. Like, this isn't gay. This is medicine.
Right. Like if you went to a doctor.
To me, I don't know what it was. It was strange.
Did he tell you, or did he just drop?
Well, he told me about the tick thing. He goes, "Hey, come here for a second. I want to come take." And then literally, it was like in 3 seconds, his pants were down. He goes, "Look at this." And
So it never got to like, "Hey, I know it's a little weird, but could you do me a favor and look at this?"
It got weird when he said,
"No, but
he blow me." He asked me to blow.
No, but in other words, did he take it? No, but because this is really funny. There is a big difference. In other words, if I said, "Listen, Doug, I got this weird thing. It's over on my leg. I got to drop my pants to show you. Would you do me a favor, take a look at it?" You might go, "Okay," but he dropped him without asking.
The setup was 3 seconds. He goes, "Hey, come here. This is freaking me out." And boom, I was like, "Dude, your pubes are in my face."
He's wearing little tighty whities.
Yeah, they weren't in my face. I mean, it was far away. But he wears tighty whities with pubes hanging out the sides. Looked like he was smuggling an afro.
It looked like Larry standing on his hands.
Do you think would he abort his kid if he knew he was going to be gay?
That's a good question for him.
Scott, if you're listening, get down here.
I'm sure he's probably in the car.
Or call in. You know the number.
Or would he kill his kid who's now
Doug, you've been accused of overplaying these stories, and Howard said it, and Scott was saying it a little bit.
You guys were in there when I said Scott has a tick underneath his balls. I didn't say I saw his balls.
Yeah, I don't think Doug didn't say it, but I think Howard got that impression.
That's an easy mistake to make, though. No, it is.
Now calling in, I believe, is the man who's been accused of being the most homophobic on the show, and that would be one Scott DePace. Scott, you there?
Yes. Hey, John. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good.
Did you hear our earlier conversation?
I didn't. I missed it, but I'm sure it's the same old crap that I'm the homophobe. And listen, I am not. I've come a long way. I'd say 15 years ago when I first got to the show, yeah, I probably was. Now, I'm comfortable with gay guys. I just, when it comes to me and the song that I might want to listen to, I could turn this station.
Hey, Scott, I brought up a question, like, before your sons were born, if you could have found out for sure one of the fetuses was gay, would you have aborted?
Oh, that's a tough question. I'm sure the answer that you all would want me to say is yes, I would abort, and I think that probably is the right answer, yes.
Okay.
I don't know. It's hard to say. Who knows?
No, I mean, forget the answer we want to hear. Give an honest answer.
Well, to be honest, that's a
don't say, Scott, don't say your sons now. Say if Pam got pregnant today, and it was like, and you guys, and you found out the kid was gay,
and it wasn't just one of those regular gay kids. It was one of those ones that marches in the Halloween.
No, this ain't gay.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be out on the golf course with me. I don't know.
Wait, Scott, do you believe that nobody on the PGA could possibly be gay?
I mean, I think it's quite possible. I think it's highly unlikely that a male golfer would be gay.
But why?
Oh, come on,
there's gay. Wait, we know that there's been gay football players. We've heard that there's been gay baseball players. Why couldn't there be a gay golfer?
We've went into this. The odds that the person finds themselves in those situations where they end up liking golf and their friends like golf, it's probably a lot lower.
What? I'm going with Davis Love.
Yeah, lower, but certainly not impossible.
I don't believe I said impossible.
Right. I mean, do you think that odds of finding gay people on a golf course in this country in general are low?
Lower than being heterosexual, but
that's for everything.
Well, no, I think yes. I would say that if you have to put a stereotype, what is a gay guy doing right now? He's probably not on the golf course. If you had to, say what he probably was doing, he's probably seeing a Broadway show or you know what I'm saying?
Tunnel vision.
Oh, please.
No, Scott, we're just saying that that's a stereotype of gay people. But even working up here, you've seen that there's some people that come on that are openly gay, that are flamboyant, like Ross the intern, or like Paris Hilton.
Gary,
and then there's people that come on that aren't so obviously gay.
Understood, and I hope I understand what I'm saying, and I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying. If I had to place a bet, and there was a random gay guy, what is he doing right now? I would be willing to bet he's doing something in the arts. I wouldn't bet that he's out on the golf course.
Right, but we got away from this a little bit because the original statement was that gay. You said something like there couldn't be a gay golfer.
No, I didn't say there couldn't be a gay golfer. See, you switch everything. What I said was that I don't think that my son and I will be golfing together. It was sort of a joke, but there is some underlying probability there.
Now, Scott, we talked about Doug coming in and telling that story, and Howard felt like he was playing it up a little bit. Do you agree with that?
Doug is a drama queen. He over-dramatizes everything. And what happened yesterday, Doug is a friend of mine, and I figured, what the hell? I need to have another opinion about this red ring on my leg. Let me pull down. It's less than being in a locker room and seeing naked guys. I had underwear on. I said, Doug, look at this. What do you think?
Now, Scott, did you look? Let me ask you a question. Do you go into the room and do you know that Doug's going to be the guy, or do you look around and you go, Phelan, no, not him. Joe, no, not him. Like, how do you come to the conclusion that Doug's the guy?
You pick the golf.
Well,
yeah. Why did you me and do that?
Doug was close. He was right there. The other guys weren't there. Plus, I've known Doug for 15 years.
And he works out.
Listen, if I were gay, Doug wouldn't be my guy.
Who would be on the show?
Will.
He's into Bears. He likes Phelan.
Will would be my guy.
DePace told me he had a dream about raping me once.
Oh.
Yes.
Scott, is that true?
Did you pull him in the bathroom to tell him this story?
Wait, Scott, you had a dream about raping Will?
I don't remember, actually. He keeps telling me that, and I remember.
Right, then Will, tell us what he told you.
Yeah, what was in the dream?
I don't know. It was your dream, dude. You just came back. I was like, yeah, I think I dreamed about raping you. I was like, oh,
I think I was trying to piss you off and just made that up.
Yeah, maybe that was it.
It appeared to have worked.
Yeah.
Ralph Sorella, you're on the wrap-up show.
Oh, God.
Hey, now. Hey, Scott, seriously, not only are you homophobic, but, you're dumb. I mean,
oh, God.
You're not even smart. Wait, listen to me for a second. You're not even smart enough to say, of course I wouldn't abort my child under any circumstances. You could say you're not homophobic. You would kill your kid if it was gay?
Listen, I'm totally smart enough to answer the question the way that I would not get in trouble. I'm not willing to. I'll answer it how I want. I'm not politically correct like you are.
What are you, Miss California?
Yeah.
Scott, come on! You would kill your kid if it shouldn't even be a question.
Wait, I thought
that's fine. You can be homophobic. You just admit to it.
I thought you liberals don't say that is.
You liberals. What are you talking about? You're homophobic. Just admit it.
Yeah. I thought you liberals said that wasn't killing.
What do you mean?
Abortion.
All right, hold on. Let me interrupt this battle here. Scott, if you're not the most homophobic person here, who do you think is?
Well, Artie would be a close second. Let's see. I think, you know what? I think a lot of the guys I work with back in the in-demand room would say the same shit. Phelan, I'm sure. I'm just the most... That's the bottom line.
But you just plug everybody into these stereotypes. You don't think there's gay guys on the golf course. You think they're all at the theater or doing artwork.
Speaking of stupid, you can't comprehend what I was saying. Again, what I was saying is that there's general truths to this. Doesn't mean there can't be a gay guy on the golf. Doesn't mean the gay guys do not like to play golf. It means that if I had to make a bet on what I think the gay guys, do you think it's untrue that gay guys generally, if there was a hairstylist who came and he was male, wouldn't you generally say that he's probably gay?
I don't know.
See, there's actually probably a higher incidence of gays in athletics, and because testosterone levels are higher in gays in the general population, and and that's also true with athletes too, a higher testosterone level.
It could be. Right. I don't care. What
about a guy that picks out outfits for another guy?
Wait, a guy who plays golf is not an athlete. I mean, let's get that clear first of all. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Let's see you do it, asshole.
Yeah, I could pick it up in a week and beat you.
I mean, seriously, I got to go with Ralph on this one. I think golf takes precision and everything like that. But I mean, Jesus Christ, if John Daly can do it while he's smoking and drinking,
there's a big difference between having a skill and being an athlete. Like bowling is a skill.
Right? Exactly.
Listen, again, this is another topic I don't really care about. But let's just say that whenever there's a good athlete, they can pick up golf quite well. So I think there is a correlation.
Then how do you explain Charles Barkley?
Charles Barkley apparently was a good golfer until he got that hitch in his swing. So
there's just a lot of athletes who play golf because they have a lot of free time.
Right. That's I agree with Ralph. Guys who have days off.
People make the same argument for baseball. They make it for a lot of sports.
But
so
this is coming from two of the most non-athletic people I know.
I'm way more athletic than you, Scotty.
Who's the other one, douchebag?
You big fatso.
Fuck you.
All right, Ralphie, thank you.
Fuck you and fuck your Phillies.
Throw out the pitch.
You know what? If I picture your face there, I might be able to throw a strike.
You're going to ground. It's going to roll up there.
Hey, John, can I ask Scott one more question? Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
Okay, treat it seriously. I just want to see what your line is. Tomorrow the doctor says to you, your kid can be deaf in one ear or gay. Which do you pick?
Oh, come on. These are fucking crazy. No, I would not want my kid to be deaf. So
No, I said in one ear.
I don't care either ear. No.
All right. So, by the way, I'm going to call my friend at the Phillies, and I'm going to see if I can get you to throw out the first pitch. You're such a big talker.
Fine, bring it on. I'll throw a strike. No problem.
Yeah.
All right, Scott, thanks for calling in.
What if the doctor said your kid can be gay or someone that doesn't beat the dog?
By the way, I said to Casey, remember Casey who used to work for us?
Yeah.
And had to leave.
Well, he had pressing things out in California.
Casey calls up every couple of weeks, almost every couple of days, and says, "Hey, can I promote something?"
Really?
And I was thinking about Casey. He's got something new he's promoting. But I was thinking about all the things he's been promoting. And I was going to ask him what happened to all of them.
Yeah, because he's always got a new venture.
He's like Ralph Cramden.
Yeah. What's the latest?
I wonder if any of these things ever took off.
Remember he was going to go to Brazil and become some big
kickboxing
announcer or something?
Yeah, what happened to that?
Yeah, that one didn't really pan out. The league got disbanded, and I think some people got arrested. But that was...
Did they get arrested?
I think so, but that was a fluke.
And then what about you were going to be a big star on a TV show for the phone?
Oh no, I was.
Really?
Here, wait. I'll read them to you in case he can comment on each of his ventures. All right, here we go. In August of 2008, I'll go in the most recent ones.
All right.
Casey called in to promote a debt consolidation program called Envision Debt Solutions. What happened to that?
Well, I'm not really still in debt, but they helped me, work out a couple things. But they help a lot of people. I find it.
But you're not with them anymore, right?
No, I did my thing. My problems are higher up, like the IRS.
Okay.
Oh dear. So in other words, you were just getting some debt help from them when you were promoting them.
Okay.
No, totally. I mean, there's some things that nobody can help with.
In January 2008, Casey called in to promote Rio Heroes, a website that broadcast bare-knuckle fighting from Brazil. Casey was supposed to announce the fights, but the website was shut down. During the same phone call, Casey was looking for girls to enter his comedy and beauty pageant show.
Oh, there was a comedy and beauty pageant. I forgot about that.
What happened to both of those things?
Well, it turns out that it's illegal to have people, fight each other like cockfighting. You can't do that. Even if it's in another country, you can't broadcast it. So people see it in this country.
So where are all the guys? Are you in touch with all the guys who were in business with you on that?
No, not at all. No. I think they went away.
In January 2007, KC called in to promote his online cell phone show.
Yes, that's the one.
Where I don't know what he was doing.
He had a show on the phone.
It was called Swing Shift, his show.
Yeah, see that phone company went under. No, but I thought you were talking about my internet show, which actually.
Well, let me see if I get to that. Let's see.
Oh, sorry.
In July 2007, KC called in to promote a DVD he helped produce with Miss Howard Stern called Girls and Guns 4, Snowing in Miami. What happened to that? Did that ever make any money?
No, it sold 8 copies.
Wow.
8 copies.
That has to be a record.
Yeah, but that wasn't what they hired me for. They hired me to watch Miss Howard Stern.
Right, but you were promoting it.
Yeah, I did promote it. That's true.
In October 2006, KC called in to promote his favorite pasta sauce, Son of a Gun pasta sauce.
Oh, I didn't even remember that.
What happened to that?
Let me tell you something. That is the best sauce I've ever had in my life. And I asked Johnny the other day. I said, "What's going on with the sauce?" And he said, he doesn't have it anymore. The recipe, they gave it to somebody. I don't know, but that I wish he still had it because that was awesome.
Casey was also selling a laptop computer when he called in. I don't even know if I get that.
I think it was his laptop.
Oh my God, that's horrible. I really did that.
Casey once called in to recruit girls to be Beverly Hills Angels. I think that
What's that?
I think that was that calendar that Johnny Fratto had.
Yeah, that was good. That was during my single days. That was good. I wouldn't wouldn't hire them. I just try and fuck them. That's all.
Did the calendar ever come out?
No.
I don't think there's one successful venture in here. At one point, Casey was also working as a bodyguard for escorts. What happened to that?
Yeah, that landed me in jail.
Oh my God!
But
why?
Because that's illegal. Actually, what they caught me on, Howard, they caught me on stuff with my license. It wasn't the fact that I was waiting to beat the shit out of some guy. It was because my license was bad.
Right. So it was a driver's license thing.
Yeah.
Right.
But they throw you in jail when you don't have a driver's license?
No. It's had what do they call it? It had warrants.
Oh.
Wow.
And
you had warrants?
Yeah, I had warrants. And the guy, he let me go the first time. He was really cool. But then later on the same night, he pulled me over again. And he said I couldn't drive the first time. He made the girl drive, who was taking what the hell are those things that these broads take? Xanax.
Oh.
Like a million Xanax. She couldn't drive. She almost fell out of the car. But she should drive and not me.
Well, how do you think it's going for Casey since he had to leave our show?
This West Coast run has been a good one.
Yeah. And then I remember the time he posed nude for a gay French photographer or German photographer.
German.
I wasn't nude. I had underwears on.
Yeah, because he was going to become a pinup guy.
Right.
That was another venture.
No, but that one went really well. I mean, all those posters that sold. Do you know who bought those posters?
Yeah, gay guys.
Yeah, exactly, gay guys. There was like 90% of those. I saw all the names of people who bought them, and they were all gay guys.
Wait a minute. Casey was surprised that gay guys bought the poster, Howard.
Although I got to say, here's a fact. Richard Christie bought 2 of those posters of Casey.
No shit.
Yeah.
Point taken.
I kind of paved the way for Richard and Sal.
He sure did.
Yeah, in my gayness, I spawned 2 other fags.
Casey also auditioned for a bunch of soap operas. I remember that was for a while. What were the soap operas?
Oh no, I was on those, man. I was on Guiding Light and As the World Turns.
Was he?
Yeah, but it was always like he was standing there as an officer or something.
No,
yeah,
Officer Casey. Then Casey tried out for a football team. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
He was going to be a kicker or something on the football team. What team was that?
No, that was Stuttering John. That wasn't me.
No, that was you. You were thinking of at one point.
You went to some buddy's training camp?
Yeah. You were going to go back into football.
Oh, and I wanted to get back into football.
Yeah.
But no, that was John who thought he could.
No.
I got mad at him.
I know what you're talking about, but you too.
Yeah, I was. It was one of 2 things I wanted in my life. This is back when I had hope. It was either to work for you, Howard, or to play football.
Well, you blew both of those.
Right.
I know, really.
So now you are completely without hope.
He played football and he lost out. He was working for me and he blew that.
Yeah. Jesus, when you look back on this, it's like everybody looks back on their life and they like to have some things to say, oh yeah, I did that. I'm listening back to these things and you bring these up, I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is wrong with me? What have I done?
It's an amazing.
You mean you weren't keeping track?
It's an amazing body of work. You know what Casey's curse is? He's a very good-looking guy.
It gets in the way.
And it gets in the way, and from just like settling down and doing something where he can rise up and work hard at it and.
Focus is very hard for him.
But his problem is because he's good looking, he gets like chicks to move in with him, and people give him stuff and they give him opportunities.
Yeah, people will open their doors and let him move in.
Right.
I always thought it was my charm, but I guess not.
That's your looks.
You'll find out about your
girl.
You'll find out about your charm in about 12 years.
Yeah, I know. Believe me, I find
See, Casey's like in the movie Spread by Ashton Kutcher that's coming out.
I was saying that the other day.
Yeah.
He used to work here.
Yeah, I mean, he was the hot guy who, kind of can get a lot going, but
so he doesn't really apply himself to anything.
So what's your latest thing you're promoting?
Well, before I tell you, did you ever see The Wrestler?
Yeah.
Did you like that movie?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of felt a little bit like I don't know. I don't even want to go into that thing. The other thing I wanted to ask you was about. Wait
a minute. What is he comparing himself to the wrestler?
You felt like the wrestler?
Yeah, I kind of felt like the wrestler just because
because you're lost.
Yeah. Basically, the guy was a big loser. Yeah.
No,
but the guy had been at the height of his career.
Casey hasn't even
he had been to the top.
The best days of his life were behind him.
Right.
You mean the song by Springsteen is sort of very poignent. Yeah, if you listen to it.
Yeah, but what's that got to do with KC? KC's never been at the top of anything.
Yeah, Casey, you were never you were never a champion to then lose everything.
Well, yeah, good job here.
In my own mind, I was.
Oh, you mean when you were here?
Yeah, I will kind of like when. This is too depressing. I don't want to talk about it.
No, we want to talk about it.
You mean like when you were the high school football star and wrestler and then college and then...
Yeah, the thing is, like in college, like everybody still has hope and they think that, you could be sitting next to the president. You don't even know that.
Right.
Then when you get out and you start doing things and people start getting their mundane life and their horrible life and you realize that this is it. The best days are behind you,
See, but you would have found a good job if you weren't so good looking.
So he's one of those guys who's still celebrating his high school and college years as the best years of his life.
Because when you were in high school and you looked at Casey, you go, there's the guy who's going to go places.
Right. He was a star.
Right. All right, so what are you promoting now?
Well, I got this thing. I'm hooked up with these guys, and I'm with this company, right? That anywhere in the country, if you got a house or an apartment or something like that, they will turn it into a 5-star hotel, like a 5-star hotel room. You mean
if I give these guys my house, they'll turn it into a hotel?
No.
That's what it sounded like.
Thanks.
He's going to make my house a hotel?
You mean people will be moving into my house?
What do I do?
Where will I live?
No.
Am I working for them now?
They'll take like your house and they'll turn it into like a 5-star hotel like room. You know what I mean? Like down from the linens to the toothbrush, like furniture, everything.
In other words, you hire them. They come in.
It's like decorators.
And they set up your house so it's like a 5-star hotel
in less than 24 hours.
But
what?
But isn't a 5-star hotel like? Don't you need a lot of people to like service that?
Well, no, but they get it to look like that, and then it's up to you to keep it that way. You know?
Right.
It's like a decorating service.
It's interior decoration. That's correct.
Yeah. Wow.
And then I got.
I always love how he doesn't even understand what he's trying to promote.
Yeah.
Look, I can't. I'm horrible with the language. Verbally, I have no communication skills at all. Ask my girlfriend; she'll tell you.
So similar to what I did with that man cave thing. They came in and for free, they just turned it into the ultimate guy's room. This is the same thing, but with the ultimate 5-star hotel room. They'll make your
exactly
right.
Well, give me an example. Like, in other words, like
because I'm with Howard. I want room service.
Right.
No, they don't do anything.
In fact, I've been to hotels. They're actually not that nice. It's the room service that's kick-ass. The actual room is kind of shitty.
Yeah.
That's extra. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you got it's like if you have like a summer house or something like that.
Right.
There was just an article in GQ magazine. They say broads want a guy with a nice place to live rather than a car. What do you think of that?
I agree.
Yeah, they do because they have this thing in them that they want. They want to be. What do they call it?
All right, listen, I think I get this business.
Why don't you write down what you want to say?
I think I understand the business. It's like, it's kind of cool. Like, it actually isn't a bad idea.
When he puts it that way, it makes sense. Like a guy who doesn't know what to do, he calls this service. They make his bedroom look like a 5-star hotel room, and then chicks are impressed.
All right, so
why can't I say that? That's exactly what it is, and I'm retarded.
Casey, do you suspect that, like, in 2 months when you call back in with your new business, I'll ask you what happened to this business?
No, this one is good. They've been doing good business. And hey, here's another one: get paid with fitness. If you you know what? I'm not even going to explain this one. People who want to get fit and buy DVDs and stuff like that, you get on this thing and you'll make money doing it.
What?
Do you understand that at all?
No.
Huh? That's a new business?
Oh yeah, this is a good one though.
And if I want a DVD, I don't know what you.
What are you talking about?
You know what multi-level marketing is?
Oh, here we go again.
No. Just tell me what you're into.
That's getpaidwithfitness.com. And you can get that, too, if you go to thetowndick.com. That's my website. Train with Casey. Always looking for clients.
Are you training people?
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
I made a girl cry the other day, so I lost her as a
Why'd you make her cry?
Well, she was being a box, She wasn't doing anything, and I'm like, why do you...
Casey, but she was paying you to train her, so just,
Your job is to motivate her.
Not to make her cry.
No, I didn't want to make her cry, but the thing was, I was just, telling her to do stuff. I wasn't being mean or anything like that, but she wasn't doing anything. I'm like, why do you hire me to come work you out if you're going to sit here?
Let me give you a secret. 99% of the people who hire you to train them are fucking lazy. And they don't really want to do anything.
That's why they need a trainer.
So they're chicks who want to have a hot trainer. She wants to look at you.
They should do what they should.
Yeah, but she's not. If they could do anything, they'd be doing it.
But sometimes you need tough love. I know what Casey's saying. When I struck out when I was 12, and my father told me I was swinging like a cunt, I next time I tried harder.
Nah, this is whole psychology to train people.
Casey's not reading it right.
Yeah, but trust me, he's not reading people.
I don't think he's reading anything.
He's not even reading a book on
He's
health.
not reading books, newspapers, or people.
I saw Casey out in Vegas recently, though. He looks good. Casey looks good, man.
He knows how to train.
He knows how to train himself.
Casey invites those people who want to make money
on fitness.
Getpaidwithfitness.com. Go to getpaidwithfitness.com. And then if you want to train directly with KC, go to kc.com.
How many clients you got, Casey?
Oh, I got about 5 or 6 clients right now. Always looking for more. It's trainwithkc.com, and I got a fitness video coming out with my lovely girlfriend, and that's going to be. I'm going to be a millionaire.
And are you going to? If people buy it, are you actually going to send them the DVD?
That wasn't my fault.
Remember that business?
Yes, I remember the Casey video
Put out a
business.
comedy DVD, no one could get it.
Yeah, but that wasn't my fault.
Right.
And
never is.
Are you with the right people now?
Yeah, now I am.
Now you are. Okay.
Case, by the way, you had footage of me on stage at a comedy club. You know what I'm talking about when I made the audience leave?
It's the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. I didn't include it.
But do you still have it?
Yeah. I do have that. It's the funniest thing ever. But
I want to get it from you because I want to use it for my DVD.
All right, listen, Casey, I wish you the best. You know that, and hope everything is going well. And I like this new business of yours. I like the idea of, I wouldn't know how to turn my room into a really 5-star hotel room.
Right.
And, Howard, that's so cool, man. Thanks a lot for
Take care, Casey.
On, man. I apologize for this phone call.
All right, never again.
Hey, one last thing, man. Check out. Do you ever see Monica Bellucci, whatever the fuck her name is? And she has a rape scene.
Monica Bellucci, yeah.
Yeah, have you ever seen that?
There was a movie she did where her husband directed it, I think, and there's this wild rape scene. I've never seen it.
Never seen it.
It's disturbing. You have to see it. The movie's called Irreversible.
But she's hot.
She's really hot, and this guy is just beating the shit out of her for like 8 minutes.
And you liked
that?
You
loved it.
No, I didn't like it. I was kind of disturbed by it. You got to see it, man. It's a good.
Let me understand your new business. Are you selling a video of Monica Bellucci being raped? I don't know. This is all right. Thanks, Casey.
Howard, I love you. Thanks.
I love you too. There he is. That's my man, Casey Armstrong. Mike Walker is with us. We're going to play. Oh, wrong button. Let's see.
Ready yet.
He's not ready. When, it's 9:30. When would he be ready? Oh, you mean you're not ready? Mike's ready. He's probably sitting there. You're not ready, right?
Not ready.
No, seriously, he's there. You're not ready.
Will usually reminds me.
Oh.
He usually doesn't have to, but
You're so busy, you need someone to remind you.
I was working on stuff trying to get Robin's news because we're having a problem with that.
All right, tell me your problems later. Thanks.
It'll be in like 2 minutes.
Where's Mrs. Rogers?
Usually, Will.
Mike's not ready.
He goes, Mike's not ready. Mike's ready. I still don't see.
Where is he?
Where is he, Scott? Scott.
I have to go to the other end of the building.
I'm busy. Will didn't tell me.
Usually Will reminds me that...
Scott, where do I bring up Mike? I'm hearing music.
Maybe that's Mike.
Ay vey. So professional. Scott! You.
He just yelled coming.
Scott, that's not Mike Walker. It's music.
No, I know.
What?
Engineering has to do it from the engineering room, and they're doing it. They're in the middle.
Guys, come on.
They're in the middle of doing it right now.
Come on, guys. Who do I blame here? You or Will?
Me. Blame me.
Well, what about Will? Is it his job to do this or yours? Why was Will brought into it?
But just blame me.
Will, are you at fault?
A little bit.
A little bit. Can you guys work out a system?
No, there's a system in place. I
could have done something interesting to the audience rather than try and set up Mike Walker.
I made a bad assumption that around 9:30 that Mike Walker that Scott knows we do Mike Walker on Thursdays.
But Scott knows anything.
I shouldn't have assumed that.
Scott's so fucking busy, he can't be bothered.
Right.
He should be there now.
Holy cow! How long have we been doing this?
A long time.
Yeah, I mean, come on, huh? It's funny, right? Is that why you're laughing?
It's not funny.
It's funny.
It's not funny.
You don't care. You don't care if you ruin my show.
Why do you say I don't care?
Because you don't care. That's why I say it. You don't care about being professional. PLJ, if they told you to get something ready, it would have been ready, or you would have been fired. So you would have had it ready.
So fire me. I mean,
Okay, you're fired.
I'm sorry that that wasn't ready, and it's ready now.
Yeah, but it doesn't. You know what it is? I'll never fire you, so it doesn't matter to you. The good guys always get fucked. It's the shitheads in radio who bust balls who get fucking stuff done. At PLJ, if Jim Kerr was on the air and he potted up Mike Walker, he'd be there. Because you'd be fucking paranoid.
I was working. Usually I get it up.
Right.
I was working on another problem, and it slipped my mind. And usually there's someone to remind me.
Mm-hmm. I bet you wouldn't have slipped your mind at PLJ. I bet you wouldn't, because your job would have been gone. They would not tolerate this. But I tolerate it. Everyone's a star here, and everyone's a shticklach. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's not a shtick. I mean, I said I was sorry.
You're sorry.
I didn't want to do it on
My
purpose.
audience is
I don't
free.
want to do it on purpose.
All right. How will you avoid this
the
in
audience
future?
won't be bored with him?
How will you avoid
for 5 minutes more?
How will you? Fuck off. Now you're saying Mike.
I mean, come on.
So now you're evaluating Mike.
Stop yelling at me.
Who should I yell at?
You got Mike Walker ready. You yelled at me now. Now you do the bit, and we'll get it over with. So it's ready.
But what did you just say? Mike's going to bore the audience. So what's the difference anyway? Is that the attitude you have?
That's my attitude. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my attitude.
So how are you going to avoid this in the future?
I'll make sure. I'm going to put a big sign up. Focus.
Yeah.
Focus.
Would that be insane to put a sign up that says today is Mike Walker and I need to have it ready? And by the way, I know how angry you get with your interns if they mess up one little thing. So
true.
I'm not such a ball buster.
That's not true. I don't yell at interns.
Okay.
Not anymore, anyway.
All right. Come on. Go out and talk to Will and see if you can't make this thing happen.
It's ready. I just told you that.
Now it's ready. Am I out of line here? Robin?
No, I mean, it was...
All right, you yelled at me and it's ready and it's done. I said I was sorry. I
still didn't
apologize.
fix
I
it.
was involved with something else and I should have been, up on it. And
What kills me is when you laugh about it.
I'm not laughing. I didn't think it was
you
funny.
Laughed. You went,
No, you're funny because you're great. You're
I'm
great
funny.
on the air. You're
Yeah.
funny. So
No, I'm not.
That's what I'm laughing. I'm not laughing at that I screwed it up.
I wasn't funny.
You're the funny one.
I'm not funny. I'm busy yelling. How is that funny? You've been at this game how long? You been in it?
Too long, obviously.
Yeah, I agree. Now I agree with you. Too long. Been too long at the fair.
Yeah.
You hate this job, huh? You hate me.
I love this
You
job.
hate me.
I don't hate you.
What is it? The green monster they call envy? Is that what it is? You look at me and go, why him, not me? What did I do? What did I do?
Why me? Why me?
Right. Why me? Why are you taking that on me? I love you.
I'm not taking it out.
To help me out here. I need you every Thursday to make sure Mike Walker's up.
I know.
That's the deal.
And
That's
I have
all
been
I
doing
need.
it,
Help
yes.
me out. That's all. And don't laugh and don't make disparaging remarks about Mike's segment.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
You know? The good segments, bad segments, doesn't make a difference. You got to have them ready.
Douche. Mike's not boring. I'm sorry.
No, if you think he's boring, fine, but keep it to yourself. Who cares? I like Mike.
I like Mike, too.
I like you.
Thank you, Howard.
Yeah.
It's Scott the engineer.
No,
you wanna
I like
start
Mike.
investing in.
I'm
Superstar
sorry, but-
Scott the engineer thinks we could be doing something better than you.
Well, look, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
Where's
already
my
started
segment?
boring people to death, and
Yeah.
I'm really sorry for that.
All right, Scott, please, I'm begging you. If you could just pay a little bit of attention to me.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. All right. Fair
That was
enough.
Scott who said I'm boring.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Salem.
Yes, Mike.
With an S.
Yeah, try and get a picture of him in his bathing suit.
Who gives a fuck about Zac Efron?
See an article on me.
All right.
Well,
instead of hunting Robin in a bathing suit and me,
Yeah, try finding Scott.
get Scott the engineer in a bathing suit.
I don't think you'll find it. Oh, you?
Scott,
Yeah.
Howard thinks you're not taking this seriously.
It's my intern's fault.
Whose fault is it?
I told him it was my fault.
No, wait. Well, why were you laughing at him? And
I wasn't laughing.
All right, to play the gossip.
he said you like snickered.
Shut the fuck up.
Go to
What do you want? What do you want?
What do you
Get the fuck out of here.
More stories. One of those.
No,
We got to pick
Scott.
up a fake story.
Why are you laughing?
Maybe I'll let
Why are you laughing?
Scott. No, but why were you laughing?
I wasn't laughing. I was just because he makes it. It's a bit. So I mean, he's angry, but it's a bit.
And
what do you want?
Why? Yeah, and you
Let
also.
the fucking whole news department come in. Get Brad Driver. Get Lisa. Come on. Get High Pitch Mike. Bring them all down here. Come on.
You
Even Ralph Howard. We want him in here too.
You called Howard's bluff too.
What do you mean?
Well, you said fine, fire me, and no, but like why would you do that? Why?
Why would they say fire me?
Yeah. You feel that you're not going to get.
He apparently doesn't like what I do, so if he doesn't like it, then,
So do you think maybe you're a little too comfortable?
Me? No, I'm not comfortable. I told you. All right, so if your camera is being worked on and something wrong with it, maybe you can't see me through the lens, and you're working on it, and you were supposed to shoot somebody else, but you can't because it wasn't working, right?
Right. What if you can't see him through the camera? What if you can't see it through the camera for like 20 plus years? What if that problem keeps going over and over?
Who hired you?
I'm just asking. I'm just asking a question.
You were a comedian. How did you turn into a news ass?
In all fairness,
what do you want?
I want to apologize. I'm sorry.
It's not his fault.
It's not fully my fault, but I do apologize. I should let you know.
I didn't throw him under the bus.
No, I know. You were good about it.
Wow. So really, for once, this may not be your fault.
Well, no, we worked together. Oh,
so now you are throwing him under the bus.
No, but he just said we usually work together. I remind him if he forgets, and he reminds me. And today I was busy working on a problem with Robin's News, which my intern can attest to. Yes, it slipped my mind. Shut up! Get out! Get out!
Absolutely.
What are you gonna be talking about today?
Whatever
You got a new movie, right?
Yeah, I got a new movie.
And anything else that comes up?
Yeah, whatever they want to talk about. I'm here. I'm in Midtown Manhattan. I'm on Howard Stern. What can get cooler than that?
Exactly. And you guys are very like-minded, so it should make for some interesting conversation, right?
I hope so. Thank God for Howard Stern. Glad he's on this planet, that's for sure.
Why do you say that?
Well, these days, it's just all bullshit, isn't it? I mean, how many people really just, say what's on their mind and say it without any fear? I mean, he really, really doesn't give a shit. And that's a good thing, Most people have to worry about, geez, if I said that, am I going to have a job tomorrow or, whatever. You could say, well, easy for him to say that now because he does so well, but I remember him back in Detroit when I was a teenager, and he still didn't care then when he had no money. Yeah, so, it's great to have an authentic voice in this country, and there are many of them, but it's good to begin the day with him. So.
Michael Moore's new movie is called Capitalism, A Love Story. Opens today in Los Angeles and New York, and October 2nd in theaters everywhere. He's got more Secret Service detail. He gets a lot of death threats.
I was going to say, what is all of that security out there?
Michael Moore's got real security. He doesn't have, just a couple of big bouncer-looking dudes.
Right.
He's got, Secret Service-type security. What's that cost
Are these
you?
guys walking around
They're special forces, actually. They're not even Secret Service. They're all Green Berets, ex-Green Berets,
Where do you
Special
hire
Forces,
guys like that?
Navy SEALs. The studio actually provides it. It's a company in L.A., and it's, for people that have to worry about crap like this.
Do you get a lot of death threats for real?
Well, apparently the studio gets a lot of threats.
But you don't see them?
But they hire these guys because they're worried about the insurance if anything happened to me while I'm sitting here in the studio of the Howard Stern Show.
But do you have problems with situations? I mean, it seems like a terrible way to live. It's almost like being a prisoner in a sense. Who would want to see harm come to you? I mean, I know people disagree with you, but do people want harm to you?
Oh, Howard, geez. I mean,
really?
No, it was 5. If you want to go back to how this started,
but wouldn't it be good for the movie if you got hurt?
Well, yeah, but he wants to make another one.
Right.
No, but
tell me what it goes back
but
to.
I mean, I 5 days into the Iraq War, I won the Oscar, and I stood on the stage there, and I said, "We live in fictitious times."
Yes.
And I was booed off the stage, and the next day, our home was vandalized, manure spread all over everything, signs tacked on the trees, moved to Canada.
Moved to Canada?
Yeah.
That's what they were telling me.
So this is no game you're playing. I mean,
no, and then from that point on, I mean, people would just get. I think what happened is that the Fox News Channel and Limbaugh and O'Reilly and these guys decided to create a fictional character called Michael Moore and started telling all these lies about me and trying to get their listeners all hepped up that, oh, this guy doesn't like America, he's godless, he's
I hear you targeted a lot on there. I watch those channels
constantly,
and you're constantly targeted.
And so what that does is it encourages the less stable who are listening to those or watching those shows.
Do you think unstable people watch Fox News?
I think there's a few of them.
Right.
And so then when they just see me on the street, they go crazy. I mean, I was walking down the street in Fort Lauderdale. A guy in a business suit walks out of a Starbucks, just sees me on the sidewalk. His face just turns purple.
Because you're the enemy.
Worse than the enemy.
You're
the devil.
communist
the devil. I'm not human.
You know, it's true.
He takes the lid off his Starbucks and he throws hot scalding coffee at my face.
Jesus.
And one of these special forces guys was so quick. He sort of dodged right in front of my face, and he took the hit of the coffee. He got second-degree burns. We had to take him to the hospital. But even with the second-degree burns, he takes the guy down on the sidewalk, head right down to the cement, cuffs him. Cops were just a couple blocks away, and
it's an assault. You know, it's funny with you because I was talking to a guy. He says, I'm glad Michael Moore's got to walk around with security. It's good he has to live his life that way because he makes up lies. So I said, okay, fair enough. What lies does he make up? Oh, you saw Fahrenheit, 9/11 or 9/11. I go, yeah. He goes, filled with lies. So I said, okay, what was one of the lies? It was a long time ago. I don't remember. Now, that was his answer to me.
Yeah.
I said, you see, that's the problem. If these guys get on TV and just keep saying over and over again, you're the devil.
And I'm full of lies, then people just repeat it.
And I see they repeat it.
And they don't go see the movie.
Right.
I got so fed up with that with O'Reilly and those guys with Fahrenheit that I offered a $10,000 to the first person that could find a factual lie in my movie. And I've continued that offer now in the last couple films because they can't find one. There isn't a single thing, a factual thing that's ever wrong in my films. Now, the opinions in the film are mine.
Right.
And you may disagree with them. And
the facts are the facts.
The facts are the facts. If I say the sun rises in the east, it rises in the east.
You have fact checkers, you go around.
Oh, man, I have a team of fact checkers. I have then a bunch of lawyers go through it, then more lawyers go through it, then the insurance company goes through it.
You're probably watched more than, in terms of being vetted, you're probably vetted more than a news show.
Absolutely.
Because you are a target.
But also, it's I don't do it just for that. I do it because I want you to, if I'm giving you a fact, here's a fact. 1 out of every 8 homes now with a mortgage is in delinquency or foreclosure. 1 out of every 8 homes.
And you have to have that fact. Someone's going to bust you if you don't have the right fact.
And if I don't have it right, then how can I get you to think about the other things I'm saying about why are 1 out of every 8 homes in foreclosure right now?
Why are people threatened by a guy who says why are all these homes in foreclosure? What is threatening to people about that? And why are all these homes in foreclosure?
Listen, Howard, this is my 20th year as a filmmaker.
Right.
20 years ago this week, Roger Me was here in New York at the film festival.
Right.
And 20 years ago, I mean, these are the great lies of my career. 20 years ago, I said, General Motors, there's something fucked up about this company.
You were right.
And if things don't change, the rest of you are going to look like Flint, Michigan.
Right.
That's
That's right. Roger and Me was the exact message. And people forget that.
Then I said, I don't think there's any weapons of mass destruction over there. I mean, I'm not a weapons inspector. I don't know. But I'm just going to throw this out there. I don't think there's weapons of mass destruction.
And you were right. Yeah. And even the President of the United States was bullshitting.
That's right.
So you were telling the truth.
That's right.
Okay, go ahead.
And 2 years ago, I made a movie about the healthcare thing, and it took 2 years. Now we're in this huge debate. But I was doing it 2 years ago and saying, hey, there's something wrong with the fact that right now, 14,000 people every day, 14,000 today, will lose their health insurance here in this country.
And why is that threatening to people to hear about that?
Well, it's funny because Michael says they attack him and say he doesn't love this country. And these are people who claim to love the country, but they don't necessarily love what it stands for, which is freedom of speech.
Well, no, they don't like when people question it.
But they do.
Right, which is what America's supposed to be about.
Exercising their rights. The rights that are given to us in this Constitution, they claim they would die for, guarantees that he has a right to say whatever he wants to say.
So you're not against capitalism?
I'm against what we have now, what they call capitalism now, is a legalized system of greed. In the old days, the way it used to be, it's, if you worked hard, you would prosper.
Right.
And you were rewarded for your ideas, or maybe you invented the light bulb.
In other words, you like the idea that you write a movie, you go out and work on it for 2 years, and then you make a profit. You like that idea.
Who's against anybody working hard and being rewarded for their hard work, or their ideas, or their inventions?
So when someone on Fox News or one of the people that hates you says he's not a capitalist, you say, I am a capitalist. I'm not against it.
Well,
I don't even like to use that word anymore because they've so bastardized the word and what they've done downtown here. You know, they don't make anything anymore. These guys have gotten rich not by producing something, not by coming up with the next internet or the cure for cancer or something. They're making it by moving money around. They make money off money, then they take bets against the money, then they take bets against the bets, then they take out credit default swap insurance. It's totally insane.
I don't even understand the stock market. It seems to me if you know a few people, you somehow get some information and then you can make a couple of bucks. It's almost like legalized gambling, right?
Well, it's exactly what it is. But it's a crazy casino that even many of them can't explain themselves. It's purposely kept confusing. I show this in the movie. I actually go down to the stock exchange and I stand outside the door at closing time and I ask all these guys, can you tell me what a derivative is? Can you tell me what a derivative is? And no, one by one, finally one guy stops. Well, actually, one guy, I said, come on, guys, give me some advice. And one guy says, yeah, don't make any more movies. And, but then the next guy says, here, I'll tell you. And so he went and sat down on a bench downtown there, and he tries to explain a derivative to me, and he can't do it. He starts over like 4 different times. It's a crazy system, but what it's done, it's lost a lot of money for people.
Is this why we end up with a Bernie Madoff? Because we don't understand the system, and he says, trust me, yes. I know how to navigate the system. Yeah. He navigates the system and then runs off with all your money.
Very smart people trusted Bernie Madoff.
Right.
He didn't go...
That's what's scary about it.
He didn't go someplace... He didn't go into a poor community and take advantage of the poor.
Right.
He did this with people who were the captains of industry, who were big names in show business.
And do people get in trouble because they're trying to make money with their money, in other words?
Exactly. It's and of course nobody complained when he was giving them those 10 to 20% returns.
Right.
Of course, all he was doing was taking the money from the new people that were investing into his scheme. But nobody complained. Nobody said to us, geez, you know,
that's obscene.
The rest of the economy is like sucking right now. But I'm getting 20%. So well. I think I'll just be quiet about this. But then suddenly when they catch him, they go, oh, the horror, the shame of it all. You know, it's Bernie. I'll tell you, I'm actually one of the people that I feel bad for the guy because he's just become the poster boy of a much larger Ponzi scheme here.
Right.
Do
you take the belief that the stock market itself, the way the financial institutions are set up, the guys who give mortgages, is it all one big Ponzi scheme?
That's what I'm at that point now where I believe, and I interview people in the film who actually show how this is essentially a pyramid scheme, that the economy has become Amway, you know, where only a few people can sit on top of the pyramid. But the key is to convince everybody else in the pyramid
that they're invested in it.
Oh, and you too can be up here with us. Just keep working hard. Just keep busting your ass. You know, take a few less benefits at work. You know, you'll be here someday.
So that's the scam you're saying, that maybe less than 1% of the country gets to sit on top of this pyramid scheme.
And that 1% has as much financial wealth as the bottom 95% combined.
Now, you're going to tell us, or people are going to now complain about you and call you a communist and all this, and then 2 years from now, we're going to say, gee, the guy was right, like we did with...
well, this is my appeal.
You've been doing very well.
My appeal to people who are listening, who take that position with me, is... at least this time, give me the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
For 20 years,
I've got some credibility.
I've tried to warn you about a few things.
Right.
Just this time, just go with me on this. You don't have to agree with me about the other stuff, you know, gun control or abortion or any of that. Just forget all that. Just on this. Just trust me that there's a bunch of people, a lot of them in downtown Manhattan, who right now are trying to figure out the next great scheme to take your pension from you, to make you work harder for less money, longer hours, less benefits. And that's, you know, the Dow Jones right now is doing really great.
Are people
as unemployment goes up, the Dow Jones goes
up.
up.
That
does that make any sense?
Because the way the street, Wall Street looks at it is that, well, we're going to make more money if we have to pay less people because employees are your largest expense.
Right.
So they reward a company that gets rid of people because the bottom line initially is going to look really good. But long term, it's fucking stupid because if you lay off all these auto workers, who's going to buy the cars? Who's going to have the money to buy the cars? It's like you've killed your consumers. It's absolutely stupid.
Are you shocked that you have so many haters, that there are so many people after you?
When you're trying to save everybody.
I mean, don't you think you should be held with some reverence?
Well, no, absolutely no.
I do. I think you're a hero.
No.
I think everything you've done in the films has come true. I'm a big fan, and I don't understand why somebody, especially if you're in the 95% of the people who have nothing, compared to that rarefied air, why would people? Do you think people dislike you because you're bursting the bubble? In other words, you're breaking up their dream that they're going to get to sit on top of the pyramid.
Well, that could be some of it, but if you go into the doctor's office and the doctor says to you,
"You're going to die."
I'm sorry to tell. Well, or you have now you're going to die, but you have cancer. Your first response isn't to leap out of the chair and pummel the doctor for telling you you've got cancer. It's like, okay, what can we do here?
So why are they pummeling you? You're diagnosing cancer here in this society.
Well, to tell you the truth, it's gotten better, Howard. I mean, because enough people have seen that, because of what we were told about Iraq, what Bush did, and now what people losing. You'll see in this film, actually, for the first time, Republicans inviting me into their homes to ask me for help. Wow. And I've really seen the change in the last couple of years, and I think the country's seen the change. I think that's why, Obama got elected. I mean, there has been a shift.
You backed Obama early on. I mean, really early on, before Hillary Clinton and everything, all that other stuff.
Correct, yes.
Has he been in touch with you at all?
I've never spoken to the man.
Never?
No.
He never thanked you for your endorsement? I mean,
I don't want thanks.
But you carry political weight, and the fact of the matter is, it might have been nice to get a call from the guy. I mean, you were very vocal about it.
I did get an invitation to the inaugural.
Are you disappointed in your president? Are you happy with the president?
No, I'm not. Well, I'm right now. For me, the jury is out. I mean, listen, the guy's only been in there 8 or 9 months.
Give him a chance.
He inherited a catastrophe.
Right.
I mean, this is like this huge mess is left behind. I mean, what's a black friend of mine was saying, this is typical white people make this big mess, bring the black guy in to clean it up. And
but you know what's funny? When I know the president got in touch with Scarlett Johansson, they were blackberrying each other.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he?
Let's pause for a moment and consider why he's contacted her and not me.
Let's think about it. What do you think it is?
Well, we can't go to commercial break on Sirius here, so.
Did you ever say to yourself, listen, I'm a talented guy. I know how to make films.
Yeah.
Screw this documentary stuff where I rile everyone up. Why not write a script like every one of these other maniacs? I try to rent a movie on demand. You can't even find a good movie. Why not write a script and make a regular movie like a Batman, Spider-Man, and then you'll sit there and you'll count your money and you won't even have to put up with all this crap.
I have written a screenplay.
You have?
Yes, and at the end of this movie, I say in the movie that I'm tired of being out here on the limb by myself. I'm tired of doing this alone.
You feel like a martyr?
I don't feel like a martyr, but I'm just saying that if we're going to call this a democracy, everybody off the bench. Mm-hmm. Everybody has to participate.
Somebody pick up where I left off.
Everybody pick up.
Right.
So next time when there's a George W. Bush and you Google Bush and Nemesis, my picture doesn't come up.
Right.
I want 5,000 pictures to come up. I want 5 million pictures to come up. So I say at the end of the movie, if this doesn't happen, if people are just going to sit and watch Dancing with the Stars and not do anything about this, I've got other things to do. And
so you will become a regular filmmaker in the sense with a story, and you'll direct actors and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but if people, I'm going to do that anyways. But if I really see a movement of people to get involved and not just sit back, I'll keep making these documentaries. I mean, I've got other films I'd like to make, but I
can't see you making a film like with Jennifer Aniston where she falls in love with a guy who's a simple love
romantic
story.
comedy.
Funny, that's exactly what the screenplay is about.
Really? It's a love story.
It's about Jennifer Aniston falling in love with me.
I like that. Now, I would watch that.
Now, can you get Jennifer Aniston?
Beauty and the Beast.
Have you actually approached her on this idea?
No.
What kind of screenplay are you working on that's not anything to do with politics or the country's illnesses or anything like that?
I don't want to talk about it. I would say comedy.
Is it a comedy?
Yeah, I'd say there's comedic elements.
Right, why not?
Bennett Cerf, next, Dorothy Kilgowan.
The Bennett Cerf story. What about the fact that, and I don't know that this is a fact. You have to clear this up for me. I heard a report.
Yeah.
And maybe you heard me talking about it.
Yeah.
That you have a limo. But you will park the limo 2 blocks from wherever it is you have to be, and then you'll walk to be seen as a man of the people. Are these your enemies against spreading rumors, or is it really true?
It's once again a distortion of, you take a kernel of truth and then you expand it to the distortion. The truth is, yes, I have the limo, but in the limo, I'm not in the limo.
Right.
My Pilates instructor's in the limo, my masseuse, my life coach, and then I run behind the limo for extra, because I don't know.
Would you actually ride in a limo? I would think you're against these gas guzzling kind of cars.
Well, yeah, no, I try. Yes,
a bourgeois
in fact, I drive a. Well, I don't know how gas guzzling this is. I drive a Chrysler minivan.
Oh,
so,
okay. All right.
It's 5 years old, so it's it's got 100,000 miles on it. But no, I mean,
what brought you here today? Did you arrive in a limo?
No, a van.
A van.
Yeah, there's a van parked outside here.
I mean, poor you. You can't even enjoy some of your success because people will perceive it that you're.
Yeah, but I don't know. Limos are kind of, when you're 6'2", those things are like to crawl in there and.
I wouldn't know. I would never use one.
Yeah.
I find it a decadent sign of.
But I do. I mean, I do.
Elitist, yes. So now, let me understand also.
Yeah.
The last time you were here, you told me you're losing the weight.
Yeah.
You were going to get in shape.
Yep.
This is it, your personal thing.
And now you're looking at the result.
Yeah. Now,
well, halfway.
Have you lost the weight?
I've lost 70 pounds since Christmas.
Wow.
Impressive.
And I've got another 60, 70 to go.
How are you doing? Are you doing this new thing where you put something behind your ear and you rub it?
No, I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. I read this book, this Dr. Pritikin, like back
Pritikin
in the
diet, yeah.
Yeah. And so it's really very simple. I eat actually a lot of carbs.
Right.
That this is kind of the misnomer of, carbs are bad because the carbs we got used to as Americans, white bread and potato chips and stuff like that, isn't good for you. But actually, if you eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, it turns out that's actually good for you.
Yes. Gee, there's a new thought. Yeah.
So, and then I bought one of those elliptical machines, where
you sit,
the cross trainer.
Cross trainer, yeah. It's so you don't, pound on your feet and knees.
Do you hate all this exercise? It's not you.
No, because I usually do it watching the news, or I put an iPod.
And how many? What are you doing? 30 minutes?
I do 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes at night.
Very good.
So I get up in the morning, 30 minutes. Yeah, everybody's got 30 minutes, right?
So what is your life like? I mean, is that it? You get up, you exercise, you live a normal life, huh?
Yeah, and I live a normal life. I live in northern Michigan.
Still?
Yeah.
With
still
the
live
wife?
there. Yeah.
Sex good?
Yeah. It's funny about Fox News. I'm actually a very conservative person.
Yeah.
I've been with the same woman for 30 years.
You would be someone they worship.
All of the pundits, however, probably have different backgrounds.
We wouldn't let our daughter have a TV in her bedroom. She had to come out and sit with the family. We're very conservative.
Family
people.
Values.
Yeah, well, yeah. Oddly enough, I think that's one of those things that was stolen. And in this movie, I never talk religion or any of that.
Right.
I'm not a proselytizer. It's a very private thing. But in this movie, I go and interview the priest who married my wife and me, and I ask him. I said, "Do you think the current form of capitalism, what is going on in Wall Street now, is a sin?" And he said, "Yes, it is." And
it's greed, right?
It's greed.
Okay.
And I went to the next priest, and he said the same thing. And essentially, the Pope has said that this Jesus was very clear about if you don't help the poor, you're not getting into heaven. And so I talk about this in this movie
because it seems like the religious right isn't really following that.
No,
tenet.
Absolutely no. And I feel like they've hijacked Jesus, and so I took an old.
But they painted this new movie to be anti-capitalist. The fact of the matter is, you're saying clean up capitalism. That you're okay with it. You think hard work deserves to be paid for, but all the trickery and all of this disguising of making interest and all this stuff, it's being run by guys who are scamming.
Right.
The
and
world.
Now that they've defined capitalism this way, I'm against that. I'm against a system that doesn't give everyone a fair shot.
So where do you invest your money?
There is no fair shot.
Where do you invest your money?
I don't have a single share of stock in anything.
But in other words, your last movie made millions of dollars. I read you made something like $24 million.
No, I know, that's so crazy.
Isn't that?
No. I'm a documentary filmmaker. I mean, I do well,
but
obviously.
Your films,
No. I do well. Yes.
And so you're worth several million dollars. Is that fair to say?
No, I wouldn't say that.
No?
No, I would not say. That's wrong.
Your net worth is over $1 million.
Probably if you count the value of the house and everything, yeah.
All right. So where do you invest when you have you must have a few dollars somewhere? Where do you put it? I mean, you're.
I mean, what are the solutions you offer in this film? Do you offer solutions?
It's in a savings account.
It's in a savings account.
It's in a savings account.
And that's what you would tell people to do with their money?
Like 1% interest.
Can I talk you into investing in a strip club? Are you against that? So.
But are there solutions offered in this film, or is it just?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
But aren't you tempted to put this money?
What money? He says there's
no,
he has money.
No, because I don't think I should make my money off money. I should make my money off the next film, off my next idea, off my hard labor, my sweat, and whatever. That is where the money should be made. And that's why we're not going to get the next internet invention, because the young people coming up are being taught, and I show this in the film, the number one job now for students graduate from Harvard, MIT, Duke, the top brains.
Wharton School of Business.
They go to Wall Street.
They do.
They don't, and I'm telling you this, I mean, they're hiring physicists. Wall Street is. They're hiring engineers, mathematicians, because they want the top brains trying to figure out all these derivatives and all these new schemes and scams. And instead, so when they take those brains, we don't get the next cure for something we need to find a cure for.
Because they're going into investment banking.
Yeah. We don't get to figure out how we're going to survive without oil. Where's the next alternative energy source? Or why the fuck don't we have a bullet train? The Japanese have had this for 40 years. They don't need a bullet train. They live on a little island. We live on a huge country. You know, Howard, if we had a bullet train in this country, we could get from New York to L.A. in 10 hours on the ground.
You are making a very good point. I know for a fact that you're telling the truth. I know some kids who are brilliant kids who go to Wharton School of Business and a couple of these other institutes, Penn, all this stuff. All they want to do is be investment bankers.
Yeah,
you are absolutely right.
No,
they never say, I want to go invent something or make something. They want this investment banking job.
They want the lifestyle.
Right. And here's what's
so
sad. Here's what's so sad about this. You and I are the same age. We're born the same year.
Right.
And the year after we're born, Dr. Salk, Jonas Salk, invented the cure for polio.
That's right.
And our parents, when we were born, were very scared about this because so many kids were getting polio. He invents this, he finds the cure for polio, and then he announces that he's not going to patent it. He just gives it away for free.
That's right.
Gives it away for free. And I have a clip in the film of Edward R. Murrow saying to him, "What, are you crazy? Why don't you patent this?" And Dr. Salk says to him, "Well, would you patent the sun?" I mean, this is for everyone. I mean, the absolute selflessness of this. He could have been a multi-millionaire, but it was more important for him to do something for the common good.
And you're saying there's no patriots like that anymore?
It's rare. When
do
you see that?
Citizens of the world like that anymore. That was a world.
And look at a scumbag like me. I tried to patent the sun. Did you know that? I tried to patent on the sun. I was going to start licensing sunlight.
But speaking of you as a scumbag, Howard,
and thank you. Yeah.
Thank you for recognizing him.
I was listening to you out there talking about how you don't give a fuck about anybody. You make as much money, and I'm not for. You said I'm not
about me.
I'm not.
Money.
Yeah, well, I'd say I'm not for. You said I'm not for the collective, but I'm sitting out there with your staff and your crew.
Yes.
And the truth is, listeners, that this man takes very good care of everyone here.
Not Benji. He'll tell you himself.
Well, but he's here on a work release program.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but everyone else, I mean, they have health benefits here. They get paid well. And when the big merger took place between XM and Sirius, how many people from this show got laid off in the merger? None.
None. Not on the show.
They're all
absolutely.
They're all here. So Howard, my
I take care of the collective.
Socialist friend.
Right.
You actually are about the people. And here's my guess about you. All right, from having followed you since when I first heard you in Detroit when you were on WWWW.
And thank you for being my only listener. There. Because it was pretty bad. It was pretty dismal.
But you got kicked off one show after the other because they would come in here and say, "What about the advertisers? We're losing advertisers. We're losing money."
I didn't care about the money,
and you didn't care about the money.
No,
you didn't. People haven't seen Howard's, there's a movie on this, or your book and Private Parts. You get the whole thing's laid out
right.
there.
You
went right up against WNBC, owned by RCA at the time, then GE.
No, I didn't sell out. I'll give that to myself.
Never.
And I never said I need the money. I'm gonna,
right. And so the only reason you have the money now is because me and millions of people make the choice the free choice of listening to you every morning. And so you have never put a gun in anyone's back and to get them to buy into Sirius Radio. I've never taken anyone to the ticket booth.
No, that's true.
Buy a ticket.
And by the way, I want to say you spoke out about something that I agree with. And I haven't heard many people talk about this except for you and me. When Madonna was adopting this kid, wanted to take this kid out of an orphanage, I still can't understand why people complain about this. In other words, I see a trapped little girl sitting in an orphanage. Parents don't want her. No one wants her. Suddenly Madonna gets interested. Everyone's interested in the kid. But the kid could have died in this orphanage, was probably dying.
Right.
So she adopted a kid, and the whole world was screaming and yelling. What is that? Why is that? Why would somebody be against someone adopting someone?
You know, because
I don't get it.
Because she's off the rail. The rail of the last 20 years, Howard, is about me, myself, and I.
Right.
And that's why I get asked the question, why are you making a movie about this when you're doing well yourself? You know, I get asked this all day long. And I'm saying, well, that question right there reveals what you believe should be the norm, which is if you do well, fuck everybody else.
Right.
You know? And so here's Madonna, who really doesn't have to do this.
No, she doesn't need aggravation.
And plus, and forget about the money and everything. I mean, here's a woman who's approaching, at that point, 50 years old.
Right.
Who, anybody here at 50 want to start a new family?
Hell no.
It's a lot of work.
You're not kidding.
And the fact that she would be willing to do that, and then when I saw this abuse that was heaped on her, I just thought, wow, we've become such a cruel people that we can't even recognize good anymore.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I can't even see the downside.
When I was trying to raise money for Eritrea, there were plenty of people who called in and said, "Hey, we got problems right here." I was like, if you saw the problems in Eritrea,
Right.
they pale in comparison.
Right.
Our problems to those people. You have to have some ability to say, you know, even though I'm suffering or struggling, there's somebody who's suffering more than me.
And I'm afraid not. Like if we did have somebody say that, like Dr. Salk, who found the cure for cancer.
Yeah.
And then he went on TV and said, you know, I'm giving this away for free. The pharmaceutical companies can't make any. They'd think he was crazy. They would think he was crazy.
That would be the end of him.
And because of that, because everybody knows that, nobody wants to be seen as crazy.
Right.
So there's no incentive for anyone to actually invent the next great thing or find that cure or do what's best for the society.
Right.
Well, that's why it's big news now when somebody finds a suitcase with $25,000 in it and they turn it in. That makes the news because that's not the norm.
Michael Moore's
to
film
just take the money.
It's called Capitalism, a love story. It opens today in Los Angeles and New York and October 2nd in theaters everywhere. You want to take a couple of calls?
Sure, I would love it.
Let's see what happens. Ken, go ahead. You're on the air.
I've got a question for you, Michael, but first I just want to thank you. You're probably one of the greatest living patriots out there. And every one of your films is worth revisiting, and I'm proud to own them all.
Oh, thank you.
How would you, if you can, collectively rate the intelligence and overall engagement of Americans? And as they say in public radio, I'll be happy to take your comments off the air.
All right. So how do you rate the
average intelligence?
Are we stupid as a people? What's going on here?
We've had a stupidity sort of enforced upon us. I mean, our school systems suck beyond belief at this point. It's really sad. We don't fund them properly. We don't make it a priority. And we've turned out into the world 40 million functional illiterates now, adults, who cannot read and write above a fourth grade level. There's probably another 40 or 50 million more who can read and write at a fourth grade level, but can't comprehend it.
Is that the school's fault or the parents' fault?
It's both. It's parents, but the parents. The way I look at it is, our parents weren't like that. But our parents were. I think your dad went to work and was home at 5.
Yeah.
Your mom didn't have to work.
Right.
When you were growing up.
That's true.
Now both parents have to work. In fact, we have 3 income families now. Both parents and the teenager goes to work, puts the money into the kitty, and people are working longer hours. Nobody's home at 5. Parents get home at 6, 7, 8 o'clock.
There's no family dinner. There's
no
maybe
maybe
society doesn't care, though, in a way, in the sense that, like, I talked to my father about this. My father grew up very poor, this kind of thing, and in fact, education wasn't even coveted, really. Everyone said, go get a job.
Right.
And he just sort of knew, because society said, hey, if you go to school, you might do well.
Right.
So he stayed in school against everyone's wishes. But, maybe you're making a point. Like, since we kind of just say money's the thing, so people might even say, well, why go to fucking school? Let's just get right out and start working or something. I don't know. Maybe education's not all that valuable.
Right, but you know they've gotten rid of civics classes. We don't teach democracy anymore, and we are turning out generation after generation of people who are fairly ignorant about what's going on. I have this little thing that's, you know, we're watching daily newspapers die all across the country.
Yeah, it's freaky.
Well, another year or two, there may be literally no daily newspaper in print.
Not even the New York Times.
Not even the New York Times, and the papers are going, geez, why is this happening? And I said to an editor here last week, I said, well, maybe it's because in the 17 elections between 1940 and 2004, the majority of newspapers in this country endorsed the Republican candidate for president 14 of the 17 times. That means you, the newspapers, endorse the party that wants to dismantle the Department of Education, wants education to be on the lowest rung of the ladder. You want to bust the teachers union. Is it any wonder then that we now have these 40 million functional illiterates? In other words, your readership can't read your paper. So that's why they've had to dumb. That's why I mean, it would be like General Motors saying, "Let's get rid of driver ed." You know, it's like they've slit their own throats by creating an ignorant public. And they wonder.
Well, it sounds like the dumbing is starting from the top. Then people don't even see the big picture.
All right,
That's
Ryan,
correct.
You're on the air with Michael Moore. The new film Capitalism: A Love Story opens today in Los Angeles and New York. Go ahead.
Good morning, Howard. Good morning, Michael.
Hey, good morning.
A side note, I'm an Iraq vet. I'm very proud of my service and what I've done to help the people of Iraq. But to go back to what you said about you're tired of being the only one with a voice of opposition, wouldn't you agree that there is now a conservative movement in this country to stop all the government spending and throwing money at Wall Street and adding fuel to the fire, basically?
Are the conservatives trying to stop all of the waste?
There are many conservatives who are doing this, and I think this is a great. I mean, a lot of liberals, they don't like seeing conservatives getting out there and doing this, but I think it's good that they're participating in the political process. Even if I don't necessarily agree with how I would solve the problem, they wouldn't be the way they would solve it. But it's good that people, regardless of their political stripe, realize we're all in the same boat together, and we sink or swim together.
Were you for those bailouts?
No, no, absolutely not, and not for GM either. I mean,
really?
I wasn't for just handing over money. Why didn't they do what they did? Remember back in the 80s when the savings and loan scandal?
Yes.
What the government did was it went in and it took receivership of all these savings and loans. It just took them over, and then they spent the next year sorting it out. Okay, these ones aren't any good, you close down. These ones are strong, you stay open. And then they turned it back over to everybody, and that worked. This time, they just wrote a blank check. They just said, here's $700 billion. Oh, by the way, we'll print another $1 trillion of money that we don't really have in the economy. We'll just print that for you. And they didn't have to, the banks didn't have to say what they were going to do with the money. There was no plan to pay it back. It was just a blank check. And what was so fucked up about this is that these banks, these financial institutions, they lost the people's money. They lost people's 401ks. They lost people's pensions with all their crazy casino betting that they were doing. And then after they lost the money, they say, hey, give us some more money. I mean, every one of us,
it's criminal, isn't it?
It's criminal. Every one of us has a crazy brother-in-law or uncle in the family that doesn't know how to spend money and keeps coming to you for a loan. And at some point, you got to just cut them off. They're the crazy uncle that came to us for the loan. And we go, oh, sure. In fact, here's a blank check. You fill in the amount.
So you agree with a lot of Republicans on this. You're not just one-sided. You
absolutely no. And in this film, I go after Democrats who are essentially benefiting nicely from the banking industry.
That's right. Chris, go ahead. You're on in Albany.
Hey, Mr. Moore. How's it going today?
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, thanks. I just want to say, it really appalls me that people would throw hot coffee in your face and stuff like that. You're trying to tell a good story. I think you do a good job of it. I think you challenge people to think, and I think they're afraid of that.
Yeah, I don't get it at all. The same way I don't get Madonna being chastised for trying to adopt a kid who's starving somewhere in the world.
Yeah, but once again, there's a lot of redirect and spinning that goes on in the public dialogue today that is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't get it. Anyway, listen, go see.
I'd like to hear.
Yes, go ahead.
I'd like to hear what that shithead Scott DePace has to say. And I know he's going to insult me and stuff.
Well, Scott, who's our director, he doesn't like. He's very into
Very
Rush Limbaugh.
No, I know.
You know him.
I've met him here.
He's not a big fan of yours.
No, I know, and you guys are very generous to him too. How you take him in and give him comfort.
Sure,
and,
why not?
I earn it all, Michael.
And see, they don't even let him in the studio. It's just a voice. It's a voice from the cage that they keep him in.
Yeah, right. You can't let him out.
He's like your petting zoo here.
He's a tough guy. Well, listen, you're doing great. You're doing great work.
We're not doing great, but you're doing
You're
great.
doing great.
The country's in a mess.
We don't point out anything, but
we can turn this around, though. I'm really an optimist
You think
about
so?
this. Absolutely, we're Americans. Come on.
You don't think it's the end of our era?
No, it doesn't have to be.
And I think we could be great again. You
absolutely
think we could be the number one?
But let's be great for all the right things. Like you mentioned in Africa, there's 1 billion people today who don't have clean drinking water.
Right. We could help them.
With 2 months of spending of the Iraq War, we could dig enough wells to provide clean drinking water for virtually all the people who don't have it. And what I'd like to do is have us dig those wells, and then I want a plaque put on every well throughout the third world.
God bless America.
Brought to you by your friends of the United States of America.
And that would probably prevent a lot of wars in the future.
If a poor kid growing up in the third world sees that plaque and knows that his little sister got to live and the family got to thrive simply because they could drink water.
This man is correct. I'm going to tell you something. I'll tell you how that works. My father grew up poor, and the Salvation Army used to help him out. When I was a little kid growing up, my father would always donate something to Salvation Army. So I didn't know what Salvation Army meant, but I knew it was good because my father said they helped me when I was poor and I had nothing. So as I was a teenager, I used to stand out there, ring the bell, dress up in a Santa Claus outfit. And can you imagine
You
me?
were that guy?
Yeah, it was me. And I'd sit there.
Gawky Santa.
Yeah, Gawky Santa, they called me.
A Jewish Santa.
Jewish Santa. Big Jewy nose, a whole thing. They said, that's the
dark
Jewiest
hair
Santa.
coming out from under the red cap.
They said, I've never seen such a Jewy Santa. And
When
who
did
knew?
Santa become Jewish?
They called me Santa Hebe. It was so disgraceful, the anti-Semitism. But anyway, so I would stand there with the Salvation Army and ring the bell, collect the money, and give it to the Salvation Army. And, to this day, I love the Salvation Army.
About them, yes.
And so when Michael Moore says, if you built these water things in Africa where people have no water, they brought to you by your friends in America, you would have such goodwill.
We had that at
That's how the
one time.
Taliban
We
does
did
it.
have that.
We had that
we
at
had
one
that.
time.
We rebuilt Europe after the war.
And we were so loved.
That's right. We were. And in fact, and I show in this film, after Roosevelt died, people in his administration went over to Europe and they rewrote the constitutions for Germany and Italy, and then they went to Japan. And in the constitutions in Germany, they put in things like everybody has a right to health care. Everybody has a right to join a union if they want. Everybody has in Italy, they had a amendment in there in 1947. Women have equal rights. We still don't have that in our Constitution.
Right.
I mean, but we did this.
It all filters down.
Yes, but we deserve this for ourselves.
We do.
We should treat each other better, and I think when we treat the world better too, we're going to be loved again. And I do believe, Howard, we can come out of this mess that we're in, but we just have to have that resolve to we're in this together, and let's have a system where the few don't benefit at the expense of the many. And if we had democracy in our economy,
it's a tricky thing. We think, listen, you've pointed out some things about how scary this is, that these financial guys, we take our money, we try to get in the game, we try to invest in stocks, we get sucked into this thinking, wow, I might get some interest on the money I earn. I can stay ahead of the economy. So we all get sucked into this, don't we? I mean, we think it's a good thing, but we don't know
what the
involved.
The average guy never played the stock market. He was the guy who put his money in the bank, and his retirement came from whatever he could save. And it was a major push by the government and industry to say, hey, there's something called a 401k.
That's right. You remember,
everybody should be in the stock market.
Those did not exist.
Yeah.
Before 1980, they didn't exist. When you and I were growing up, your dad, my dad, whatever they put into their pension plan was called a defined pension plan. It means it couldn't be touched, couldn't be gambled with. But before 1980, that's the way it was. When we were growing up, anybody in your neighborhood have a credit card.
No.
I mean, I remember a guy. I thought one of the dads had a Shell card for gas, and a couple of the moms had a J.C. Penney card, or a Macy's card.
Right.
That was it. There wasn't like $10,000 of credit card debt. And when you and I were of college age. Not that, I don't know if you went or not.
I went,
but you didn't go to a private bank to take out a loan for the next 20 years to go to school. There was something called the Financial Aid Office.
Right.
And you walked in there, and you got work study. You worked in the cafeteria or the library.
So things have changed for the worse, is what you're pointing out.
Well, much worse, because the beast, the beast that this thing has become, this thing they call capitalism, which, by the way, they're the biggest lovers of socialism, because as soon as they're out of money, they want us to give them welfare.
Right.
But those things didn't exist, and they keep looking for ways to suck money out of us. And now the worst thing is, they convince people to put their money for their old age into these 401ks, which have now vaporized.
Right.
Vaporized in the last year. And I can't tell you how many people.
In other words, Bernie Madoff was able to get into people's pensions because of these rules, these setting up your own pension. You give your money to the so-called expert. The expert loses it. And as you point out, many times the experts then are into socialism. They want a bailout.
They want the bailout.
Yeah, it wasn't only Bernie Madoff. You know,
No, I'm not using him as an example.
He's just the poster boy for this.
Yeah.
All right, look, I've learned a lot. I hear what you're saying. I don't know what to do. Maybe I should go do something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Maybe we all need to get more involved, pay more attention.
All right.
And in your
Not
own...
me, because I'm very busy with my show business career, but there are other people out there who can certainly pick up the mantle.
Well, or
not doing anything.
Or other bosses could follow your example. And when you go through hard times, you don't lay off people here.
Right.
You know, when you have a merger, you don't lay off people.
No.
You make sure people have health care and dental care and these things here.
Right.
So
All
if
right.
people followed your example...
I think what you're trying to say in this new movie is more people should be like me. Howard Stern. Yes.
You or Jesus. I'll accept either answer.
I'll take either one. All right, listen. Everybody go see Capitalism: A Love Story. I will see it, and I will learn something.
Yes, and you'll laugh your ass off. I'm telling you, if you have been messed up by this last year, and you just want to go have a good laugh at the expense of all these idiots who fucked up this economy, this is your movie.
You screw with the idiots.
Yeah, I actually commandeered a Brinks truck here in Midtown Manhattan and drove it down to Wall Street. Literally, drove it down there, and I I backed it up right there on Broad Street down there, and I right up onto the doors of AIG. And I hopped out with these big money bags, and I said, I'm here to take the money back to the American people, and I wouldn't leave. And then I tried to do a citizen's arrest of the chairman of both Goldman Sachs and AIG.
How'd that go?
And not well. The police, the real police showed up.
Yeah.
And as soon as they showed up, I said, oh, good. I'm glad you're here, because I didn't really want to do this. Would you go upstairs and arrest these bastards? And
they wouldn't make a citizen's arrest?
Well, no. What happened was I then went outside and I took this crime scene tape, the yellow crime scene tape, and I went and I wrapped the entire New York Stock Exchange with it. And the cops come out and they're going, and I'm thinking, oh shit, man, they're going to take me down, for sure. No matter how many special forces guys I got with me, I'm going down for this. And there's the cops getting close to me, and my, the camera's behind my head, and so they can't see what I'm saying. I say to the cops, hey guys, listen, it's okay. I'm just doing this for comedy. I'll be out of your hair in a second. I'll clean up the mess.
In a way,
and the cop says to me, it's okay, Mike. These guys inside this building, they've stolen $1 billion of our New York City police pension fund.
He was for you.
You just stay as long as you want. Yeah. And
in a way, aren't you the original Sacha Baron Cohen? You're going around doing these stunts and putting a camera on it and, carrying on. There is humor in this.
There's a lot of humor. And
there you go.
So, you'll have a great time at this movie. It's no boring economics lesson. It's one for the average working Joe out there.
Well, I love seeing you. I'm glad when you drop by. It's a lot of fun.
I know it is. Thanks so much, Howard. I'm
Capitalism:
keep
A Love
going
Story.
here.
All right, we'll go see it. Great interview, by the way. You were great today.
Oh, thanks.
Really great.
No, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Michael, how'd it go in there today?
Yeah, it's great. It was great. They've all signed up for the Communist Party, and all of you are getting a big wage increase starting on Friday. So, congratulations.
Now, what do you like about doing Howard's show? It's got to be very different than everything else.
yeah, you're completely relaxed. You can be yourself. There's no rush to commercial break. There's no boss somewhere, making the host nervous because you're saying something. How many shows will I be on this week where I could make that statement?
Probably none, right?
Other than Martha Stewart. That's the only one I can think of. And I'll be on her later today. But I think I have to clean up my language a little bit.
So you had a good time today?
Had a great time.
Great. Thanks for stopping by.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Without investment, you wouldn't be able to make your movies, right?
Really? You think if I was in France, I wouldn't be able to make my movies, or Sweden, or
They don't have a stock market there? They don't have...
Actually, no, what they do have is they have a film fund for independent filmmakers and documentary filmmakers. And instead of there being one Michael Moore, there'd be 500 Michael Moores. And I like that system better than just than me on top of the heap.
I like capitalism. I'm happy.
No, because you want to do well.
Yeah.
But you do well because you're here every morning